This is the Louie Tee Network.
Louie Tee Live. Who else could it be? Me, your me, Louie Tee. Welcome to Louie Tee Live. Wednesday night. Y'all gonna kill me tonight, man. And I deserve it. I'm not gonna run from this. I deserve this, man. I had a rough week, and that's an understatement in week 7. And for all the noise I was making last week, I deserve every bit of criticism and ridicule that comes my way tonight, and I'm gonna take it. All right, so it's gonna be a fun night. I expect a lot of beatings tonight. I'm gonna get a beat down tonight, and like I said, I'm gonna suck it up. And I'm not sure if the World Series is going on tonight. If it is, I expect a lighter crowd. That's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all, man. I'm gonna do me, and you gonna do you, and we gonna have fun like we always do here on Louie Tee Live. So before we get started, let me welcome all of you who are new to the program. Welcome to Louie Tee Live. Welcome to the Louie Tee Network. And subscribe for more great content in 2016 and beyond. We changing the game over here, man. I tell you that at the end of every episode. We changing the game one live feed at a time, and I want you to be a part of it. So hit that subscribe button so that you can be a part of the movement, man. This is the future right here. What you see before you, it's only going to get better from here. And I want you to be a part of what's going on. So subscribe to the Louie Tee Network for more great content. Also, I'm on Twitter. @InTheLabRoom is the Twitter handle. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. You want notifications as to when I'm posting a video or doing a live feed, or you just want to chop it up on Twitter. Right there. @InTheLabRoom is the Twitter handle. Also, if you're on Twitter and you're watching this breakdown as it's happening and you want to leave a comment, by all means, knock yourself out using the hashtag Louie Tee Live. And you can do that also in the YouTube chat discussion box, where there's a lot going on over there. There's sidebar conversations, all kinds of stuff. You'll have fun in there. If you like talking football, you like having a good time, you're going to have a great time with the fellas over there in the YouTube chat discussion box. Make sure you use the hashtag Louie Tee Live if you want your comment to be read on the air. So, I'm also on Facebook. And like I've been saying and preaching for the last couple of weeks, I'm figuring out Facebook Live. I'm starting to get a handle on how that is being used. And I think I'm going to start using that here shortly. And I'm going to put some exclusive content. I'm going to let you into the world of Louie Tee a little bit. So I think I'm going to do some exclusive content as well as live stream videos like this on YouTube, on Facebook, as well as YouTube at the same time. So I'm looking to change the game, man. And I want you guys to already be a part of that. Get ahead of the curve. Go ahead and like the Facebook page in the Lab Room. Again, all my social media platforms right there. So you don't have to guess, or what did he say? What is it called? So right there in that TV screen next to me on my right hand. So with that being said, we're going to slow play this show because I don't want to get to Louie Tee versus the world. Nah, I'm joking. We're going to do a normal program. No surprises for you this week like I had last week. We're going to jump right into the rookie wall, get this thing kicked off the right way. And then once we come back, we'll go through Looky, and get through the week that was in the National Football League and how I ended up with the record that I ended up with last week. And we'll see how you guys did. I'm hoping, I'm begging, I'm going to get the dunce cap and I'm going to have it right here next to me just in case I'm donning that this week. I hope somebody bail me out. I am begging, and I don't beg often. I am begging. Somebody bail your man Louie Tee out, man. I'm in jail right now. I need to get out of jail free card. Somebody hook your man up. Somebody win 5 games this week, man. Make me look good. Or at least, you can't make me look good. I was terrible. Make me look less bad, okay? I don't want to be in the dunce cap hat this week. I don't want to be in the reflection chair in the corner. Somebody save me, please. But we'll get to that a little bit later on. As always, we're going to kick the show off with the Rookie Wall Week 7 edition. Some rookies will climb, others will fall. It's the Week 7 edition of the Rookie Wall. I will see you guys on the other side. Enjoy. I'm back. And I'm back like cook crack with another installment of the Rookie Wall. Some rookies will climb, others will fall. It's the Louie Tee Live Rookie Wall. A lot of changes on the Rookie Wall. A lot of guys playing some good football. Some others falling off the table. Started out really hot, not performing as well. And you get that from rookies from time to time. They get the ups, the downs of a rookie season, and this is no different. And so the list fluctuates each and every single week. The wall changes from week to week, and this week is no different. A lot of different players making their debut on the Rookie Wall. Some other guys falling off the wall, and some guys making some honorable mention appearances that will find their way onto the Rookie Wall at some point if they continue to play the way that they've been playing over the last couple of weeks. So let's jump into the Rookie Wall from week number 6. As this is week 7, we need to take a look back at what the wall looked like a week ago. Coming in at number 7 last week, New Orleans Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas, playing some outstanding football for the New Orleans Saints. This guy is coming on strong, and you'll find that out in the week 7 version of the Rookie Wall. Coming in at number 6, Jatavis Brown, inside linebacker, rookie out of Akron for the San Diego Superchargers, playing some good football, and he continues to make plays out there for the Chargers in the interior of that linebacking core. Coming in at number 5 last week, Hunter Henry, aka Triple H, also of the San Diego Superchargers, playing some good football. One of the best pass catching rookies this season. Obviously, the best tight end this season was the first taken off the board, and he's showing why. Coming in at number 4, Yannick Ngakoue, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end, making some noise, getting to the quarterback, forcing fumbles, getting interceptions, you name it, he's done it this season for that Jags defense. Coming in number 3, Carson Wentz, Philadelphia Eagles rookie quarterback. He was a sensation the first few weeks of the season, starting 3-0, has cooled off considerably, still playing outstanding football. Came in at number 3 last week. Number 2, Dak Prescott, that's right, Dakota Prescott, coming in at number 2 last week. They were on a bye week this past week, but still making things happen. Cowboys off to a 5-1 start, and it was because of him and the number 1 entry last week, that being Double E, Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke making plays for this Cowboys offense. Number 1 in rushing, had a bye week, still number 1 in rushing in the National Football League, and he came in at number 1 last week. So let's get to the week 7 Rookie Wall. Coming in at number 7, guy that was on the wall last week, but he's down a spot from number 6 last week to number 7 this week, Jatavis Brown, San Diego Chargers inside linebacker, making some plays out there, still leading all rookies in tackles with 44, tied for second in sacks with 3, second in forced fumbles, tied for second, that is, in among all rookies with 2 forced fumbles on the season. Jatavis Brown, since getting the nod at inside linebacker because of the injury to Manti Te'o, has been a menace inside, and he's been exactly what they've needed to help this defense overcome some of the losses that they've had. He's been a stud for them. Jatavis Brown down a spot from last week's 6th entry, still on the Rookie Wall at number 7. Coming in at number 6, a guy that had held down the number 4 spot for the last couple of weeks, but now he's fallen all the way down to number 6 on the Rookie Wall. That is Yannick Ngakoue, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end. This is a guy that is still playing outstanding football, and this is a what have you done for me lately league. No sacks, no pressures. That Jacksonville Jaguars defense was not good against the Oakland Raiders on Sunday, and Yannick Ngakoue did not have his presence felt, so he falls down a couple spots, but still representing his Jags on this Rookie Wall coming in at number 6. Remember, this guy is still tied for first in sacks with 4, still first overall in forced fumbles with 3, still has 2 pass deflections, and still has an interception. So this guy is going to be a name that you hear a lot this season. Coming in at number 5 on the rookie wall is a guy that was in this list last week on the wall, but is rapidly climbing. Talking about New Orleans Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas. Fresh off of his 10-catch, 130-yard performance in Kansas City versus the Chiefs. This is a guy that is rapidly becoming one of the better young wide receivers in the league. First in receptions among rookies with 36. First among rookies in receiving yards with 437. Tied for first in touchdown grabs with 3. And he's also first in 20-yard catches or more with 8. So he's making his presence felt in that Saints offense. He's exactly what they needed. He's the perfect opposite of Brandon Cooks in that offense. Cooks a smaller, shiftier receiver. This is your big, physical framed target, and he's really living up to that status as being that big target for Drew Brees in that offense. He comes in at number 5. You go to number 4 on the rookie wall for week number 7 in the National Football League. It's Joey Bosa, a guy that a lot of people said he was going to be a bust. Well, you can go ahead and stick that in your sock because this man has been balling since coming in to this Chargers lineup. He's played in 3 games. He's already notched 4 sacks, 2 sacks in his very first game. His debut performance versus the Oakland Raiders, turns around, gets 2 more sacks in his last victory over the Atlanta Falcons. Joey Bosa is not playing around, folks. This guy is legit. And they spent a top 3 pick on him for a reason, and you're starting to see exactly why. Joey Bosa goes from honorable mention all the way to number 4 on the rookie wall. Keep in mind, Yannick Ngakoue has 4 sacks this season. Joey Bosa tied with him for first among rookies on the season with 4. But keep in mind, Yannick Ngakoue has played in 6 games. Joey Bosa only 3. Look out for Joey Bosa making some impactful plays for that San Diego Chargers defense. You go to number 3 on the rookie wall in week number 7, and it's the same guy that was here and occupying this spot last week, Carson Wentz, Philadelphia Eagles rookie quarterback. He continues to be poised, he continues to be savvy, continues to lead the Eagles to victories, especially against teams that people don't see them coming against. He's already notched a victory in a big one versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now he's taken down the undefeated Minnesota Vikings. Now, he didn't play the best game, turned it over a couple of times, was not his sharpest, but he still made plays in that ball game to help secure a victory. And Carson Wentz continues to play well. He's second behind Dak Prescott in just about every statistical category known to mankind at the quarterback position among rookies, except touchdown passes, where he's number 1 with 8, and he's currently 3rd in passer rating behind Dak Prescott and Browns rookie quarterback Cody Kessler with a 92.7 quarterback rating. So Carson Wentz doing everything that he can to help this Eagles team when he comes in at number 3 on the rookie wall. You can go to number 2 on the rookie wall, and it's the same guy that occupied this spot last week. Did not play, had a bye week. Dak Prescott still lighting it up for the Dallas Cowboys, and these are going to be fixtures on this rookie wall this year. You can count on it. Wentz, Prescott, and the number 1 entry on the list this week will be a guy that you'll hear his name up and down this wall all season long. And Dak Prescott, despite not playing last week, still number 1 among rookie quarterbacks in completion percentage at 68.7. Still number 1 in passing yards with 1,486. Still number 1 in passer rating at 103.9. The only rookie quarterback with a passer rating over 100. Still number 1 in rush TDs with 3 on the season. And he's just led his Dallas Cowboys to a 5-1 record this season. So, and number 1 in their division right now with that 5-1 mark, and among the best in the league with that 5-1 mark. I mean, what more can you say? What more can I say about Dak Prescott that hasn't already been said? This guy is the real deal. And Getting to number 1, before we do, let's recap the rookie wall for week number 7 thus far. Coming in at number 7, Jatavis Brown, inside linebacker of the San Diego Superchargers. Coming in at number 6, Yannick Ngakoue, Jacksonville Jaguars rookie defensive end. Coming in at number 5, Michael Thomas, New Orleans Saints wide receiver, rookie out of the Ohio State University. Coming in at number 4, Joey Bosa, another member of the San Diego Superchargers. Seems like the Chargers every week have 2 entries on this rookie wall, which speaks to the amount of talent on that football team. Young talent on that Chargers football team. Coming in at number 3, Philadelphia Eagles rookie quarterback Carson Wentz, leading his team to another victory against a big-time opponent at home, this time taking down the previously undefeated Minnesota Vikings. Wentz comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, Dak Prescott, getting the job done for the Dallas Cowboys at a very efficient and high rate. 5-1 right now in the season, leading every statistical category that you could lead for a quarterback outside of passing touchdowns. Dak Prescott lighting it up this season, coming in at number 2. And obviously the number 1 player on the rookie wall this week in the National Football League, that being week number 7, Ezekiel Elliott, or the man affectionately known as Zeke, Dallas Cowboys rookie running back out of the Ohio State University. This young man has come in and taken the league by storm. Behind that big, physical, road-grading Dallas Cowboys offensive line, he's gotten off to a whirlwind type of start to his NFL career. Still leads the league in rushing with 703 rushing yards. No other back has 700 yards rushing on the season yet. Keep in mind, he just had his bye week. A lot of those backs in heavy pursuit of him have not had their bye, so that speaks volumes. Despite having a bye week, still leading the league in rushing. Still the only running back in the NFL currently, and this is just not limited to rookies. This is every single running back in the league. Still the only running back in the league that is averaging 100 yards or more per game. 5 touchdowns rushing, tops among rookie runners. Also, 4 straight 130-yard or more performances. That's tops in the league as well. And also leads the league among running backs, not just rookies. Once again, 7 runs of 20 yards or more. This guy has been a stud since day 1 and hasn't let up, and he's only getting better. Ezekiel Elliott, aka Zeke, holding it down on the number 1 spot here on the rookie wall for the 2nd consecutive week. Let's get to some honorable mentions before we get out of here. Want to give some offensive line love. Haven't seen any of them make their debut on this wall, but it won't be long if guys continue to play well. Jack Conklin is another guy that I have my eye on, but I've seen some mistakes from him. But Taylor Decker of the Detroit Lions, out of the Ohio State University, another Ohio State Buckeye rookie getting the job done, has been masterful protecting the blind side of one Matthew Stafford, who is also having a great year. And a lot of the reason why is because he has a guy holding it down at left tackle in Taylor Decker. He's playing phenomenal football. He deserves to be mentioned, and thus he is honorable mention on the rookie wall. Tyreek Hill, guy that I've talked about as an honorable mention before. I'll say it again. He's going to find his way onto the rookie wall at some point this season. This guy is too dynamic, too explosive. If he stays healthy, he's going to find his way onto the rookie wall. He's now tied for first among rookie wide receivers with touchdown grabs with 3. Had a nice one-handed grab on a 9 route. He's going to run a bunch of those with his explosiveness and get open. If Alex Smith can get him the football, he's going to make his fair share of plays as a receiver. But keep in mind, I think he's got some serious damage to do as a return man as well. Look for Tyreek Hill on this list at some point this season. Devontae Booker, rookie running back out of Utah for the Denver Broncos. Here's a guy that is currently 2nd among rookie running backs in yards per carry with 4.8. Now, I have a rating scale. In order to qualify, you must have at least 50 carries. He just passed that threshold on Monday night and in week number 7 with 51 carries. So now he qualifies, and he's averaging 4.8 a tote. This is a guy that's going to see more action now due to the injury to C.J. Anderson in Denver. He's going to be promoted to starting running back. Look for Devontae Booker to start climbing up this list and potentially climbing on to the rookie wall. Leonard Floyd, the plastic elastic man, out in Chicago. Rookie outside linebacker for the Bears. Huge game on Thursday Night Football versus the Green Bay Packers. 2 sacks in that ball game. Forced a fumble of Aaron Rodgers, which he scooped up and scored on. So this guy making some impactful plays. He's tied for third among rookies in sacks with 2.5. Also has a touchdown. Only one of 3 rookies to find the end zone as a defensive player. So look out for Leonard Floyd, the elastic and plastic man known as Leonard Floyd. Keanu Neal, Atlanta Falcons rookie safety out of Florida. There's a guy that in just 4 games has erupted for 41 tackles, which is 3rd most among rookies, and is the enforcer of that Atlanta Falcons defense, forcing 2 fumbles, which is tied for 2nd among rookies as well. So here's a guy playing good football, trying to be the leader and the physical hammer of that defense. He's doing a hell of a job thus far. And another one of these guys that's going to quietly have an impact and find his way onto the rookie wall at some point this season. Speaking of which, his teammate on that Atlanta Falcons defense, Deion Jones, a guy that has already graced the rookie wall this season, got his 2nd interception of the season in their loss to the Chargers on Sunday. He's playing phenomenal football. Probably would have been back on the wall if not for a huge missed tackle in overtime. Again, Deion Jones making plays at linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons. We'll see him probably on the rookie wall again at some point in this season as well. Hunter Henry, aka Triple H, a guy that was on the rookie wall last week. San Diego Chargers rookie tight end out of Arkansas, making plays. One of the best pass catchers among rookies this season. And again, by far the best rookie tight end of this past draft class. Hunter Henry continues to make plays. Had a very quiet evening, 1 catch, 16 yards versus the Atlanta Falcons in the Chargers win on Sunday. But make no mistake about it, Triple H will be a guy that you'll hear from again this season on the rookie wall. And wrapping up the honorable mentions this week, Jalen Ramsey, Jacksonville Jaguars rookie cornerback out of Florida State. Here's a guy with immense potential, very short fuse, and a very big temper. Got thrown out of the game this past week versus the Oakland Raiders, but he locked down Amari Cooper before exiting the game, and he's taken upon himself the challenge of checking the other team's best receiver and following them wherever they go, and he's been up for that task this season. He's been among the best. Doesn't have an interception, not making a bunch of big, gaudy plays, but this is a guy that is going to find his way onto the rookie wall just off of sheer talent and his ability to wipe away the other team's best receiver. Jalen Ramsey has been keeping it relatively quiet on his side of the field. Teams are respecting this man already in his young career, and he is an honorable mention now and will find his way onto the rookie wall at some point. I assure you of that. So that's going to do it for the Week 7 edition of the rookie wall. Remember, some rookies will climb, others will fall. It's the rookie wall. I'll see you next week. All right, so we're back. And that's the rookie wall for week number 7 in the National Football League going into week number 8. A lot of rookies made some plays this week, man, and it's starting to get tight. The only thing I haven't seen yet are guys step up to the point where they're able to penetrate that top 3 with Wentz, Prescott, and Elliott. So that'll be the test. Can anybody penetrate that bubble at the top between the top 3 players? There's a lot of jockeying for position within the 4 through 7 slots. A lot of guys on the outside knocking, trying to get in. Eventually, some of those guys will penetrate and get onto the wall. But can anybody get inside of the top 3? Wentz has been slipping a little bit, but they won. Had they lost against Minnesota, maybe you could argue he could have slipped a little bit, but they won the game and he played better in the second half. And so we'll see this Sunday night game with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys is going to be really telling, and that could have some implications on the rookie wall as well. All 3 of the top 3 rookies in that game could really have some lasting effects on the rookie wall. We'll see. But I've got my Twitter in front of me, so if anybody's on Twitter, and I apologize if I've missed anybody that has tried to get at me on Twitter. So I'm going to make sure I've been lazy of late, and I haven't been checking Twitter as much as I should. But I'm going to start checking for the hashtag, which is what I'm doing now, just to make sure that you guys haven't been leaving me any messages. And then I'm going to check my mentions. And I'm going to make sure I'm on top of these things. All right. So, with that being said, I want to get to some of your comments before we move on. So let's read what you guys have to say. Like I said, I expect tonight to be a very eventful night. You know, after last week's shenanigans and this week's performance. Andrew Kim, my man AK, says, the only thing that makes Wednesdays relevant when I don't have class or work, LOL. Man, I appreciate that. I always know if you got a chance, you're going to chime in and you're going to be here. Sean Mack says, my Indians are getting their asses whooped in game 2, so I'm popping on here. Hey, I didn't expect you tonight, to be honest. I said your boys probably on tonight. I don't expect the crowd to be that heavy as it would be if there was no World Series or no other show in town. I know I got competition tonight, so I'm not mad. I wasn't expecting Sean Mack, but I welcome your presence, man. Welcome. Glad you could make it. I'm sorry your Indians are taking one on the chin, but let's be honest. You gave one out last night, and it was your turn to take one tonight, so it's all good. Tristan Brown says, what was your record? We're going to get to that a little bit later on, man. Some of you already know because I think I might have said it on one of my other programs, but just know it wasn't good, and I was below the Mendoza line. Just a little teaser for you. It was bad. Oh, yeah. Vlasic says, do the Cards versus Hawks game count as a win or what? It's nothing. I'm not going to make you count it in your record. It's not a win nor a loss. Just take it out, act like that game never even happened. So, no, it doesn't count as a win nor a loss. It could count as a tie, but I don't feel like naming a tie at the end of everybody's record. So, such and such went 9-4-1. I don't want to do that tonight. Archangel says, what do you think of our new pickup? Could it be a changeup if he could hold the ball like Coleman learned? Who did you guys pick up? I didn't see what running back you guys picked up. Oh, you're talking about Stephen Ridley. I did see that. He runs hard, but I don't trust Stephen Ridley. That's why he didn't last in New England. A, he was injury prone, and B, he fumbled all the damn time. So when he's healthy and he holds on to the ball, he could be an effective runner in this league, but he's nothing dynamic. He's not Coleman or he's not Devontae Free. You know, he's not D Free or TC. But in any event, he's solid. But like I say all the time, anything you get off the streets right now, not really going to improve your team all that much. Nothing is worth having on the streets right now for the most part. For the most part. You can always find a hidden gem every now and again. But not usually. Archangel says, talking about Ridley, by the way. Yeah, I figured that one out. Captain Spartan 04 says, thoughts on media, Colin Cowherd mainly trying to call Mike Tomlin an overrated coach. Again, don't pay any attention. This is what these guys get paid to do. So you shouldn't get mad when Stephen A. Smith says something dumb or Colin Cowherd says something just insane. That's what they get paid to do. It's shock and awe television. They shock you, they awe you, they make you upset. They pull on your emotions and your strings. They want you to feel some type of way. The worst thing that those guys can do and have at their job is an indifferent viewer. That's the worst thing. If somebody watches their show and doesn't care, they're not doing their job. Either you love them, you agree with them, or you hate them, you loathe them, and you want them to be wrong. And so you come back and watch either way. If you hate him, you say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's wrong. So you go back to see if he's going to retract what he said and backpedal and moonwalk and apologize. They're not going to apologize. They don't give a damn. They say things to get a reaction out of you. That's what they do. And I don't have a comment. My question to you is, do you think Mike Tomlin is an overrated coach? That's all that matters. That's how I feel about that. When Stephen A. Smith called my Redskins a loser last week, did I give a damn? No. I told fans, don't come at me with that. I don't want to talk about it. For what? It's a waste of my time. Don't waste my time. That's what those guys get paid to do. And they get paid handsomely for it. And they do a damn good job because every week, one of you guys brings some nonsense that they said to me that I'm unaware of because I don't care, because I don't watch. So that means they're doing their job because you're watching, and that's what matters to them. Brown Shoe T2 says, I'm not bailing out on you this week. That's good, man. I appreciate that. Just another person to beat me up this week. L.B. Lucas says, no Redskins report today. I already did that, bro. Where you was at? I did that at 8 o'clock every week. You should know by now. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, Redskins report live. Every week. It's like clockwork. I shouldn't have to tell you. You should know. 8 o'clock, Wednesday night, Redskins report live. Followed by, and that's from 8 to 9:15, followed by Louie Tee Live. I did my network update schedule release at the beginning of the season. You don't know what it is? Go to my YouTube page and the video is there. Should be. Might not be because you're a subscriber, but in any event, if you don't know what the schedule is, go to my video log and find my schedule. It should be in the network update playlist. But you should know what the schedule is. If you don't, shame on you. All right. Let's see. Vincent Cole says, any potential big trades you think might happen before the trade deadline? Usually in this league, big trades don't happen. This isn't basketball or baseball. You don't get any blockbuster trades. The NFL trade deadline is the most boring trade deadline in all of the three major sports. That being said, we did hear a couple of rumors yesterday. I don't think there's much validity to any of them. I do think that there is one particular player that would be of interest because I think you can get him for relatively cheap. They just want to get from under that contract. And that's the 49ers giving up Torrey Smith. If you've got an offense and you need an explosive playmaker down the field, Torrey Smith is a one-trick pony. He's not a great guy underneath. Doesn't have the best set of hands. But what he does do is run really, really fast in a straight line. And if you throw it to him, he will catch it 40, 50, 60 yards down the field. I heard the Eagles were interested in going out and getting a receiver, and they need one in the worst way. Their crop of receivers scares no one. Okay, that's the one position on the offensive side of football where they just struggle. So I also heard one that was really intriguing that would really piss me off as a Redskins fan. I don't want the Eagles to get their hands on Alshon Jeffrey. I saw a trade last night, a proposal that was being thrown around the internet. I don't think there's any validity to this, but Eagles were going to part ways with Nelson Aguilar, a fourth-round pick, and in exchange, they would get Alshon Jeffrey. I would really not like that trade. And I'm not sure there might have been a first round in the following year's draft involved. I don't think it was, but in any event, I don't want Mr. Jeffrey anywhere near my division. I'll be fine with him not being in this division. So, for what it's worth, the Eagles are definitely in the market for a big name receiver. If they get Torrey Smith, I wouldn't mind because he's a one-trick pony, but that one trick, it's a pretty fascinating trick that works. So I would prefer them to not get anything, but we'll see. Patriots have already made a trade with the Lions for Kyle Van Noy, a linebacker that they drafted in the 2nd or 3rd round a couple years back, for a swapping of a 6th and a 7th round pick. Patriots give up their 6th and get the Lions 7th and Kyle Van Noy in return. Like, that's the kind of trades you're going to get. You're not going to get any big blockbuster deals. Joe Thomas traded for a 1st round pick, or Joe Staley traded for a 1st round pick. Those generally don't happen. So we'll see. But I doubt it. Archangel says, quick question, Louie T. Do you think Matt Jones could end up losing his lead role as running back to Thompson because of the fumbling? Well, if he loses his job as the starting running back in D.C., it won't be to Chris Thompson. They don't want him to touch it more than the 17 times he touched it last game. Our coach already came out and said that 12 carries that he got against Detroit last week was his max. That was his limit. They don't want him to carry it more than 12 times because of his injury history and his slender build. So if he loses his job, it's going to be to another back, a guy that you might find out about this coming week over in London by the name of Robert Kelly. And I honestly don't see nothing wrong with a little bit of R. Kelly getting in the game. You know what I mean? All right. Captain Spartan 04 says, is Miles Jack not playing? He's playing, but sparingly. Right now, a lot of special teams for him. He gets in the game now and again, but he's not having the impact that everybody thought, oh, they got Miles Jack. Wow, what a steal. He's going to be on the field immediately. Hasn't been the case. Sean Mack says, my Buckeyes living on that rookie wall. Some Buckeye love, bro. Hey, man, that was a hell of a draft class put forth by the Buckeyes last year, and you're seeing it. I mean, those guys are plastered all over that wall, man. And they even on the outside trying to get back in. It's that bad, man. These boys are everywhere. They're crawling all over the wall. Andrew Kim says, it's funny how Dante Fowler was supposed to be that dominant pass rusher back from injury, and it's Yannick Ngakoue coming up with the sacks. I know, right? And Dante Fowler has been frustrating, but I will say this, and I talked about this last week. When you're coming off of an ACL or an Achilles, it takes time to get that explosiveness back, to be the player that you once were. Everybody's not Adrian Peterson and doesn't come off of that injury stronger than ever. It's not like it's Tommy John surgery where once you come back, you're the same, if not better than you were before the surgery. It takes time. So in the case of Dante Fowler Jr., it's going to take some time. But I will say this. I never was enamored with him as a pass rusher. I just thought he was an explosive player. He didn't have any rush moves. When he was at Florida, he just rushed with energy. You know, I'm just going to be explosive. I'm just going to run fast. And if I beat you with my athleticism, great. If I don't, I'm just going to hustle. And that's how he used to beat guys at Florida, with just pure, unadulterated athleticism, which he's lacking because of the surgery, and hustle. And you've yet to see it. I think it'll come back maybe next year, and he'll be that guy. But he's been undisciplined this year. But that's the thing in Jacksonville right now. A lot of undisciplined players. They got 2 players ejected in last week's game versus Oakland. Jalen Ramsey got ejected. Never heard this penalty before. Personal foul, fighting. 2 players got ejected for fighting. And also, their big free agent catch, Malik Jackson, also ejected after picking up 2 personal fouls in that game as well. So they're lacking discipline right now in Jacksonville. And Dante Fowler is one of those guys that's lacking discipline, making a lot of costly mistakes. I can remember him making some big mistakes versus Baltimore early in the season. Archangel says, Am I the only one sick of hearing the San Diego Superchargers? Maybe it's just me, the Falcons fan, hashtag salty. You probably should be a little tired of hearing that after what happened to you last week. Man, that was rough. Up 17. I bet you thought that game was over. Wow. Tristan Brown says, what's your opinion on the best running back the past 2 games? J-Train. Jay Ajayi, probably, nope, you didn't spell that wrong, but he's been a beast in the past 2 games. Man, he's been looking good. And I loved Jay Ajayi. If you go back and watch my breakdown of him, I loved Jay Ajayi coming out of Boise. My question was, could he break tackles? I didn't think he was physical enough at the second level. Didn't think he had enough wiggle to make people miss. And he's been breaking some tackles left and right, man. And so this guy is tearing it up right now. He's now in an exclusive club in the NFL, one of 4 NFL rushers in the history of the game to have back-to-back 200-yard performances. O.J. Simpson, Earl Campbell, and Ricky Williams are the other 3. So he has joined some rarefied air. Let's see if he can do it again. I doubt it. I think the next team that's playing the Dolphins, they're going to say, look, if they're going to beat us, Ryan Tannehill, going to have to beat us. And we all know how that usually goes. So if I'm playing the Miami Dolphins, Jay Ajayi is going to have to beat me. I will not, Ryan Tannehill is going to have to beat me. Jay Ajayi won't. I'm loading the box, and I'm daring Ryan Tannehill to play smart football. But you're not going to rush for 200 yards on me again. PD Pablo says, I would drag my balls through a mile of broken glass just to hear you fart through a walkie-talkie. Really? What in the hell is that? I don't even know what to say to that. Thanks, I guess. Oh man, you are hilarious. You guys are funny. Captain Spartan 04 says, if Steelers get Chuck Cecil as our secondary coach, Artie and Sean could become pretty nice DBs. We'll see. So I assume you think it's coaching. Not just the players and them being young, but you just think it's coaching. We'll see. Brian Emerson, my man BE says, make it or break it teams this week that need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. You know what? When we get to I'm gonna look at that right now. I'm gonna look at the games from this week, and I'll tell you if I think there are any make it. I know I can think of 1 or 2 off the top of my head that have to get a win, but I want to know for sure. Let's see. If the Jets don't want to be dead, they need to beat Cleveland. If Carolina doesn't want to be dead, they need to beat Arizona. That was the one that I thought about. That's about it. I mean, everybody else, even if Cincinnati were to lose to Washington and go to 3-5, that division is so bad. They're still right there. So I wouldn't count them out. Looking at the rest of the games, I mean, Tampa Bay could lose and drop to 3-4. They're still right there in that division in the NFC South. San Diego could lose to Denver, drop to 3-5. They're still right there. I mean, the way they've been playing, would you count San Diego out even if they dropped to 3-5? I wouldn't. So I really don't see, the only team that I really see in dire straits right now is Carolina, sitting at 1-5. They lose this game. I've already counted them out. I counted them out 3 weeks ago when they were 1-4 after they lost to Tampa Bay. That's when I counted them out. But if they lose this game and go to 1-6, you can see some guys starting to quit. That's possible. I actually counted them out when they lost to Tampa. They went and lost the following week to New Orleans. They're dead in my mind, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. That's a big game for them against Arizona coming off the bye. Let's see. See what we got. Tristan Brown says, wait, Louie. How you going to show O-line love and none to Laramie Tunsil from Miami? He's been doing great. Come on, my man. Look, this was my thought process on him. He's been in and out of the lineup, dealing with injuries. They've been moving him around, left tackle, left guard. He's all over the place. I need to see consistency. I need to see one position from this man. It's great that he's got versatility and he can play all over the place, but I need to see this man in the lineup. I don't want to see him in the locker room. I don't want to see him missing games, which he's done already this season. That's why he's not on the rookie wall. Okay, I got guys over here playing every week, holding it down, not missing a snap. And I got Laramie Tunzel missing a game or two, going to the locker room, coming back. I need this guy to stay healthy. And it'd be nice. And I know it's not his fault that your left tackle, Brendan Albert, is in and out of the lineup and he's got to move over to left tackle sometimes. I'm just saying I'd like to see him play one position, be good at it, then I can give him some love. But he hasn't been bad. I think he's been really good. But at the same time, he's got to earn it. I'm going to make him earn it. Captain Spartan 04 says, with Halloween coming around, which rookie is treat to their team and which one is playing tricks on you? Like having a good year, but you're not falling for it. There are some rookies that have teased me, but I'm starting to feel like I've been tricked. One in particular is the rookie wide receiver for the Houston Texans, a guy that I was high on early in the season. I was talking reckless. Oh, rookie of the year on the offensive side of football, as if Ezekiel Elliott wasn't lighting it up. Of course, I'm talking about Will Fuller, the fifth. He's just been so quiet. He burst onto the NFL landscape the first 3 weeks. Guy was scoring a touchdown every week, had a punt return even, and this guy's went quiet. He's in a witness protection program right now. I haven't seen him. And the Texans have been on primetime every week for the last 3 weeks. Have you seen Will Fuller? I know I haven't. I know he was banged up against the Colts, didn't play. Last week, did you see him on Monday night versus the Broncos? You may have. Maybe you saw him dropping the football. But I haven't seen him making any plays. So that's a guy that strikes me as a trick right now. As for a treat, any of those guys that's on the rookie wall are all treats. Triple H is a treat out in San Diego. There's a ton of guys balling. The Keanu Neal, Deion Jones, all of those guys are balling. These are all guys that have been treats for their team and look like they're moving in the right direction. DG Production says, can you see Atlanta defense being top 5 in a few years if the rookies keep going in the right direction? Absolutely. Why not? Now, this is the thing. You want to be a top 5 defense, you have to get pressure on the quarterback. Vic Beasley has been lighting it up of late. He needs help. You get a tag team partner for him and come talk to me about a top 5 defense, because then you'll really be hitting. You get another edge rusher or a dominant interior guy. You guys need a Michael Bennett, because you know what he's trying to do out there. He's trying to build Seattle 2.0 in Atlanta. Cool. I'm cool with that. You need a Michael Bennett to make that thing go. You don't have that guy. Either you get you a Michael Bennett or you get you another guy on the opposite side of the quarterback or of the rusher you already have. So we'll see if you can get that done. BE says, who wants to see Lou rip Steven and Colin a new one? Man, that's crazy. I've never had more people tell me you should do this than that whole, and I don't even know what anybody's talking about. Some first take contest or something. But I had somebody else tell me that today. I said, man, you're like the 23rd. No lie, literally, you're like the 23rd person to tell me that. That's crazy to me. BE said, oh, he's talking to somebody else about turning notifications on. The Black Al Bunny says, can't believe the Eagles beat my Vikes. It's okay, though. Every squad needs a gut check every once and again. And your coach, if that wasn't enough, your coach went and called your squad soft. So those boys are going to come out foaming at the mouth. The Bears don't stand a chance on Monday. They are going to get destroyed. They are going to rip those boys to shreds. All right. And I'm going to stop right here at Captain Spartan 04. and jump into the next topic of discussion and subject matter. Looky. Let's take that trip around the National Football League.
Looky, I got hooky.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
All right. So let's take a trip around the league and look at what happened last week. Pretty entertaining week of football, I must say. Started on Thursday night last week, Green Bay hosting the Chicago Bears. That was a snoozer of a ball game. Biggest takeaway from that game, Billy Ho, starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears, gets injured, sets off a chain of events that leads Jay Cutler to run his mouth in Chicago, says, looks like John Fox is going to have to trust me now. So we already know what the relationship is there. There's no love lost. Jay Cutler is going to go back as the starter because they don't have a choice. They don't want to put him in. And I don't really think Jay Cutler wants to play, honestly, in Chicago. But it has to happen now. So we'll see how that dynamic goes moving forward. Green Bay gets it done, though. And it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty, and it was a W. They dominate the Bears after the injury to Billy Ho. Giants at the Los Angeles Rams over in London. Giants win in an ugly game, 17-10. Rams turn it over a ton in this game. 4 interceptions for Case Keenum. Jeff Fisher was prompted at the podium after the game to throw the receivers under the bus so he could defend Case Keenum. Good for you, Jeff Fisher. Way to throw your receivers under the bus because Case Keenum stinks. All he's trying to do is not have to put Jared Goff in because he's not ready, and I'm fine with that. If you got to throw your receivers under the bus to do it, by all means, go ahead, I guess. But in any event, Giants do just enough to win 17-10. And with that win, they get to 4-3 on the season and climb right back into things in the NFC East. Cleveland at Cincinnati, Battle of Ohio. Cincinnati gets back on track with the win. Gets to 3-4 on the season. Have a great chance to get back to 4-4 over in London versus Redskins. Meanwhile, Browns, they are the worst luck team in the league. Lose their quarterback yet again and put their, fifth? Who are we on? 6th quarterback? Let's see. We had Billy White Shoes we had Billy White Shoes in there. Or Charlie White Shoes, excuse me. Robert Griffin III. Josh McCown, that's 3. Cody Kessler, that's 4. And now Hogan, that's 5. So we're on quarterback 5 now. That's terrible. Hugh Jackson, so frustrated, he took his headsets off and gave the play calling duties over to his offensive coordinator. It's bad right now. It's bad. Washington at Detroit. Skins self-destructed in that game. Give the Lions some credit. Matthew Stafford is the best fourth quarter quarterback right now. He has just been tearing it up in the fourth quarter of ball games. And the Redskins left the door open with all the mistakes they made, fumbles and turnovers and penalties. And the Lions made them pay at the end, 20-17. Both teams leave that game at 4-3 on the season. Big win for the Lions, who started 1-3, now winners of 3 straight. Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans, AFC South family business. I thought Tennessee had an opportunity. They were playing good football. The Titans fans were starting to get excited. They'd won 2 straight, and they showed why they were the Titans. Didn't play enough defense, turned the football over late when they had a shot, and they lose that football game to the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck remains undefeated versus the Tennessee Titans in his career, getting it done on the road. They go to 3-4 with a chance to get back to 500 at home versus Kansas City. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans have a chance to get back to 500 on Thursday night at home versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. They need to win that game. New Orleans Saints at the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City gets it done. Did just enough defensively to win that ball game. Jumped on the Saints early, 21-3. Turned Drew Brees over. Got a pick 6 by Daniel Sorensen. Did some good things in that first half. Went quiet in the second half. Allowed the Saints to climb back into that game, but were able to hold on 27-20 to win and go to 4-2. They're probably the most quiet 4-2 team in this league. Nobody talks about the Chiefs. Nobody says anything about them. As a matter of fact, I heard at least 2 different networks claim that the Chiefs were coming off of a bye. No. They beat the Raiders last week off of their bye, not the New Orleans Saints off their bye. So that's how quiet it's been in Kansas City, that they can come off a bye, beat the Raiders in Oakland, and nobody even notices until they beat the Saints the following week at home. Saints, after winning a couple of games and feeling good about themselves, lose that ball game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Buffalo Bills at Miami Dolphins. This was a game that I was flat out wrong about because the Bills flat out own the Dolphins. The last 4 times these two teams have played, and maybe more, but I recollect at least 4 times. I think the last 2 seasons, the Bills have swept the Dolphins, and it hasn't been close. It's been beatdowns, especially in Miami. I mean, these are some crucial beatdowns, and it looked like it was well on its way again. Buffalo Bills were up 17-6 in this game after a good win from Taylor hookup. I thought they were going in that direction again, but the third quarter and into the fourth proved to be a different story. Dolphins battle back, win that game, and now they're 3-4 after starting 1-4. So look out. We'll see. Bills have their 4-game winning streak snapped. We'll see how they bounce back against New England at home, going for the season sweep of the Patriots. Baltimore Ravens at the New York Jets. Ravens blow a golden opportunity to snap their losing streak. Remember, they started the season 3-0. They've lost 3 straight, make it 4 as they go into New York. Was spotted a 10-point lead, mishandled by the punter, gives them a touchdown early. They tackle on a field goal after a deep ball from Flacco to Wallace. You're thinking, okay, they're about to run these boys out the gym. They give up an easy curl that goes for a 69-yard touchdown to Quincy Enunwa. Then they hurt Geno Smith, which was the worst thing they could have done, because in comes Ryan Fitzpatrick, who then leads them back to a 24-16 victory. Then he goes on a rant in the locker room talking about how he should never come out of the game. And then that prompted Jets head coach Todd Bowles to say, hey, if he's going to play pissed off, and if him being pissed off means he'll stop throwing interceptions, then I'll be more than happy to piss him off. So that's how that ended. Jets get the win. Minnesota at Philadelphia, probably the biggest surprise of the day. I wasn't overly surprised. Remember, on this very program last week, I told you that that was a very feasible scenario. Now, did I think it was going to happen? No, I didn't pick the Eagles to win, but I told you it would not shock me in the least if coming off of a bye, the Vikings were a little bit soft and unsuspecting, and the Eagles, who were losers of 2 straight, come in and mop those boys. And boy, was it a sloppy first quarter. 5 turnovers on successive possessions, all in the first quarter. A total of 8 turnovers in that game. It was sloppy. Eagles get it done 21-10. Run their record to 4-2. Vikings lose their first game of the season. Coming off that bye, now they're 5-1. Oakland Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Saw this one coming a mile away. Raiders dominate the Jaguars 33-16. Jacksonville, they're just a mess right now. Gus Bradley's losing control of this team. I already told you 2 of their players were ejected in that game. They were lifeless. Blake Bortles continues to struggle. The Raiders went in, took care of business, did what they were supposed to do. Now they're looking for the Florida sweep, as they'll be taking on Tampa Bay next week. Will be a much stiffer test for the Raiders in that game. We'll see if they can get it done. They move to 5-2 and keep a slice of first place in the AFC West division. San Diego Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. The most entertaining game of the day. Of course, that nightcapper was fun to watch, but it was not more entertaining than this one here. San Diego down 17 in the second quarter, 27-10. Only surrenders 3 points in the second half en route to a 33-30 overtime victory. Phillip Rivers, huge in the win. The defense showed up in the second half, and the Falcons weren't able to secure this lead after being up big time in the second quarter. Big win for the Chargers. They're second in a row. After starting the season 1-4, they're now 3-4 with a chance to get back to 500 with a win over the Denver Broncos for the second time in 3 weeks. We'll see if they can get that done. If so, Chargers will be right there in the thick of things in the AFC West, and they will own the season series over the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, Falcons lose that game, drop to 4-3, and all of a sudden, after the great start, 2 straight losses, and now they're right there sitting atop that division with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team they've already lost to this season, just 1 game back. And now they got a huge one at home versus Green Bay in week number 8. Tampa Bay at San Francisco. Buccaneers took care of business on the road. Thought that the 49ers had a shot. They were up 14 to donut before blowing the lead and giving up 33 unanswered points in that game. Buccaneers took care of business after starting slow. Picked off Colin Kaepernick. Did some really good things in that game. Mike Evans got off a couple touchdowns. Jameis Winston was flawless, except for one mistake early in that game they were able to overcome. And another huge game by Jacquizz Rodgers off the streets and into the backfield and making plays for this Buccaneers team. A career high 146 yards in the win as the Buccaneers get to 3-4 on the season, and now, get to 3-3 on the season, and now have a shot against the Raiders to get over 500 and put some serious pressure on the Atlanta Falcons. So I misspoke. Now that they're at 3-3, they're only a half game behind the NFC South leading Atlanta Falcons. So pressure is on for the Falcons to win in week 8 or else potentially. New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was the outcome we expected. Did we expect a more dominant performance? Maybe. Thought Landry Jones, wanted to call him Chandler Jones. Landry Jones actually didn't look that bad. Did make a big mistake on one of the early possessions, throwing into Antonio Brown in the end zone when he was covered by the Patriots' number 1 corner, and it was picked off. Just leave Butler alone. If you don't, in that particular instance, you want to give your guy a chance, but Malcolm Butler sitting right there, not smart at all. But that game was a lot closer than we anticipated. Patriots do run away late with this one, get the win, move their record to 6-1 on the season, and they've got a big showdown in the AFC East on Sunday. If they're able to take care of the Bills, who are the closest team to them in that division, it'll be another season where they take care of business. If they lose that game, now all of a sudden Bills only a game back, having owned the tiebreaker with a season sweep. So they could make things interesting in that division with a win. If the Patriots take care of business, then they're going to run away with that division as they always do. Steelers lose the game, go to their bye week. They're hoping to get Roethlisberger back afterwards. We'll see what happens. That's a big question mark. They've got the Ravens, who are struggling, loses a 4th straight. So if they can get Roethlisberger back, that'd be great. If they don't, they still have a great shot at winning that game. Ravens are struggling right now. Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. We've talked about this game ad nauseum. 6-6 tie. Nobody wanted to win. Both field goal kickers with point-blank chip shot attempts late to win. Neither could connect. I think I gained more from Arizona in this game than I did Seattle. That being because I didn't know Arizona could play that type of defense. I didn't know they were capable. That shows me another layer and level to what they do. And if Carson Palmer can figure out how to throw the ball to his receivers, and they can figure out how to catch it without making mistakes, and David Johnson can stay healthy and continue to run the way that he has this season, with that defense playing that way, this Arizona Cardinals team just got a lot scarier. Seattle Seahawks, they've been scary, but what frightened me in that game was the lack of mobility by Russell Wilson. not used to seeing dangerous Russell Wilson struggle like that. I mean, that was one of the worst games I've seen him play. And I've watched him play quite a bit since he entered the NFL. Did play well down the stretch when they needed him in overtime and late in the fourth. But for most of that game, no mobility, no extending of the play. Give some credit to Arizona, but also be a little concerned about Russell Wilson. Houston at Denver. We pretty much knew the outcome before it happened. The Texans are struggling on offense. It's no secret. Broncos are really good defensively. What did you expect? They go out, they dominate, they run the football, they control the clock, force a couple of turnovers. Broncos get it done 27-9. Broncos leave that game 5-2. Share of first place with the Oakland Raiders in the AFC West, setting up a potential huge showdown next Sunday. If both teams win, both will be at 6-2, and that will be a Sunday night game with huge implications. That should be fun, regardless of what happens this week. Both teams could win, both teams could lose. One could win, one could lose. Don't care. Still going to be a huge matchup in the AFC West next Sunday night. And for the Texans, that division wide open. Texans at 4-3 have two teams breathing down their neck. You're not really that concerned about the Tennessee Titans. They're not going to win many more games this season. Maybe 2 or 3 more, maybe 7 at max. But the Indianapolis Colts are right there, and they're not going to go away. So if you're the Texans, got to start finding a way to win away from home. You've already proved that you can win in Texas. The question is, can you win outside of it? Haven't been able to do that thus far. So that's Looky. Let's see what you guys have to say. So we'll go back to some of your comments, and we start with Captain Spartan 04 says, if any Browns player should be traded, it should be Crowell. The Browns can just draft Fournette. Maybe, but you got to make sure that you get that pick. You don't want to trade away Crowell, and then you end up with the 3rd pick in the draft, and Fournette goes 2nd. Now you're screwed because you had your eyes set on Fournette. Now, there are other backs in that draft, obviously, but it just depends on what you can fetch for Crowell, I guess. But I really like him. Why create a hole on your roster when you don't need to? That's my thought process. Got a ton of them already. Let's not create another one. Not unless you can get some serious compensation for them. See. Make sure I didn't miss. All right. Didn't miss anything. Addis Design Co. says, what are the chances the Bucs beat the Raiders? I think they're very, very high. Because if the Bucs continue to play the type of football that they've played the last 2 weeks, and what I mean by that is old-fashioned Bucs ball. You remember that? Remember that old John Gruden ground and pound? Remember that? Where you run it 30-some-odd times and you don't ask your quarterback to throw it 39, 40, 45 times? The formula that beat the Panthers 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the formula that destroyed the 49ers. You do that again, and the Raiders, who are really bad against the run, will struggle. The one thing you want to do against the Raiders, the Chiefs gave the blueprint out on how to beat the Raiders. Control time of possession. The Raiders want the football as many times as they can possibly get it because they don't want their defense on the field, and they want their offense, who is the strong suit of that team, on the field. So if you're running the rock, eating up time of possessions, limiting the amount of possessions they get on the offensive side, all the while keeping that funky defense on the field, you got a shot to beat them. And the Bucs have been playing that kind of ball the last 2 weeks. And if Winston can basically take care of the football, the Raiders are a feast or famine defense. Either they're forcing 3 turnovers and winning, or they're not forcing any turnovers and they're losing. If you can keep the ball away from them and don't turn it over and run it, that's the recipe for success versus the Oakland Raiders, and I think the Buccaneers have a great shot at getting that done. Ouija HTTR says, what the F was that broken glass comment about? Don't ask me. I don't know. Okay? I have no clue. Okay. I can't tell you. I don't even know how to take that. I think that was a compliment. So thank you, I guess. But can you hear the confusion in my voice? Don't ask me what that was about. I think it was a compliment, though. Just to change subjects. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stairs. You know they just don't care. See how I changed that up on y'all? Tristan Brown says, this weekend is going to suck for me, LMAO. Miami is on a bye. In college, Bama is on a bye, so I got nothing to watch, unfortunately. LOL. Guess I got to watch other teams. Sigh. Well, you can still have a good week if teams around you lose. What if the Bills beat the Patriots? Wouldn't that make you excited? Wouldn't that make you happy? It should. That should excite you. Blackbird Blitz says, LOL, will Fuller be on milk cartons? Yeah. Have you seen me? Yeah, man. He's got to show up. They need him bad out there. Captain Spartan 04 says, Terrell Pryor too. He's threw a couple of passes. Yeah. They've went through the gamut of quarterbacks over there in Cleveland. Sean Mack says, the right side of my Browns O-line is garbage. All the blitzes come right over. Pastor Greco has struggled, and the center position has been bad. Left side is solid. Damn, you're not getting nothing out of Irvin either? Cameron Irvin? I know he commits a lot of damn penalties. I do know that. Sean Mack says, in order, RG3, McCown, Kessler, Pryor, Whitehurst, Hogan, now back to McCown on Sunday. Well, I'm telling you right now, you got a shot. And as a wise man once told me, so you're telling me there's a chance. You're damn right I am. BE says, I'm glad we're running the ball more. I feel like we're running DJ too much. He had 41 touches on Sunday night and 33 carries and 8 catches. I do too. Like, me and you, we were the ones banging the table. Give DJ the ball. Give DJ the ball. I didn't mean overwork the man, though. Damn. I feel like he's getting the ball a little bit too much as well. Captain Spartan 04 says, why would we talk about the Chiefs after what happened that Sunday night? There you go, pouring salt in the wounds. You can't just let bygones be bygones. Why you want to bring up old stuff, huh? Leave them boys alone, man. The Black Al Bundy says, anybody's team need a new O-line coach because Tony Sperano is dumpster juice. Old Tony Spro was supposed to be that guy. He was supposed to be like a Tom Cable, Bill Callahan light. Like, if you couldn't get the real one, then you had to go for a knockoff. You know, he was supposed to be that other guy. But hasn't worked out so well for him in Minnesota. Hasn't necessarily gotten all the pieces he's needed either, and those injuries don't help. But you want that guy to still find a way to make it work. And they haven't. Sean Mack says, I called that Tampa Bay upset, saw that coming a mile away. Well, really, it wasn't an upset per se. I mean, Tampa Bay had won 2 games coming into that game, and San Francisco had only won 1, and they were losers of 5 straight. So, don't know if that was much of an upset. I thought that if the 49ers won, that would be an upset, which I picked, and I got wrong. So, let's see. Captain Spartan 04 says, too late for Cardinals to get Cardell Jones to learn behind Palmer. Yeah, he's in Buffalo, unfortunately. Black Al Bundy says, now Seattle knows how the Vikings feel losing by a field goal. It wasn't in the same capacity as a playoff game, but nonetheless, they got the feeling. I feel you on that. DG Production says, will Atlanta just have to keep scoring and scoring to win games since we keep blowing leads? And thoughts on Atlanta versus Packers? They've had this problem for years. If you go back to the 2012 season, if you remember, in that playoff run, remember you were up big on Seattle in the divisional round after you came off the bye and you blew that lead and Russell Wilson brought him all the way back and you were almost on the verge of losing, and then Matty Ice took you down the field and Matt Bryant knocked home the game-winning field goal. And then the next week you do the exact same thing. You jump up on top of the 49ers huge, only to have those boys walk you down from behind and steal that game. I look at this Atlanta Falcons team, and this has always been the problem. They don't know how to hold leads. And I think the biggest issue with them is they don't run it enough when they're up. That's when you're supposed to take the air out of the ball, but for some reason, they keep throwing the ball. Like when you lost to Seattle, you were up and you had success running in that game a little. Why not run it a little bit? Why not go play action fake off the run? They didn't. They just came back. They dropped back and threw it, even though they were up 2. It caroms off of Julio's hands, gets picked off. They get a field goal. You lose the game. Then the very next week, you're up big. And instead of you running the football, you kept throwing. You kept being aggressive. Even when you were up late by 3, you still were aggressive. You still kept throwing. And Matt Ryan did what he did the week before. He threw a pick. And they took that down the field and got the game-time field goal. So I just feel like they need to find a way to be more balanced once they get up. Find a way to eat up more clock. And yes, the defense needs to be better. I'm not putting this all on the offense. Defense needs to get some stops. But that being said, don't keep putting the defense back on the field and expecting them to not get scored on. So you got to put some of that on the offense. You scored 27 in the first half. I'd like to think you can score more than 3 in the second. And as far as Atlanta versus Green Bay goes, we see what the Packers are doing offensively. We'll see if they get some of their players back. I think a number of their secondary guys who were out will be back for this game, which is good news for them because they were hurting in that secondary. This is not the team you want to see with a banged-up secondary. So if they can get a lot of their players back, I still think the running back position for them is dicey. So you're going to see a lot of Ty Montgomery in the backfield like we did against the Bears. And maybe they'll figure some things out there. But bottom line, the Green Bay Packers can be had right now. You know, they're figuring some things out offensively, defensively. They got a lot of young guys out there. They can be had. But if you want to mess around and you want to be soft on the defensive side of football and you want to give up points, and when I say soft, I'm not talking about physicality-wise. I'm talking about underneath. We saw what Green Bay did against Chicago on Thursday night. Check down city. Go look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers in that game. Check down city. He threw it like 50 some odd times. Barely made it over 300 yards. It was a check down fest. But that's what the Bears were giving up, so he took it. You give it up, and that's what he's going to take. And they'll check it all the way down the field like they did against the Bears and then get in the end zone. So that passive-aggressive defense that you guys played at the end of that game, not going to cut it against Green Bay. Going to need to get after him. You saw that you can get after him. You saw Leonard Floyd get 2 sacks, force a fumble, and score on one of them. You can get to Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be the key. Get to Aaron Rodgers. Get out to an early lead. And I don't think the Packers are capable of playing catch-up like the Chargers are right now. So if you get on top of those boys like you did San Diego last week, I don't think the Packers are going to hawk you down from behind. They're just not built like that right now. But we'll see. Blackbird Blitz says, please run down the rookie wall again for those of us who missed it. I could be a jerk here, but I'm not. You asked nicely, so I will quickly give you the rookie wall. Number 7, Michael Thomas, New Orleans Saints wide receiver. Number 6, Jatavis Brown, inside linebacker for the San Diego Chargers. Number 5, Hunter Henry, that's last week's list. I apologize. Let's get to this week's list. See if I have it. I don't. So let me find that list for you, and I will read them off to you. All right. So quickly recapping. Number 7, Jatavis Brown, inside linebacker for the San Diego Chargers, coming in at number 7. Number 6, Yannick Ngakoue, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end. Number 5, Michael Thomas, wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints. Number 4, Joey Bosa, defensive end for the San Diego Chargers. Number 3, Carson Wentz, Philadelphia Eagles, rookie quarterback. Number 2, Dallas Cowboys, rookie quarterback, Dak Prescott. And number 1 still remains Ezekiel Elliott, Dallas Cowboys rookie running back. That's your rookie wall for week number 7. Go check out the playback if you want to see that in its entirety. So, Captain Spartan 04 says, Roberto Aguayo, the GOAT, versus the former high school or a former high FSU kicker, Janikowski. Who you got? Are you talking about Sebastian? You talking about Seabass? I'm taking Seabass all day, baby. What are you talking about? Andrew Kim says, the Eagles-Cowboys primetime East NFC East showdown is a coin flip for me, literally. I sat in my chair and I debated back and forth, and then I made what I thought was the right decision. I honestly hope I'm wrong, and I'm willing to take an L on that one, but I did what I thought was the right thing. All right, DG Production says, why do the Browns suck? I'm only 17. Have they been this bad forever? They've been bad for a while. The last time they made the playoffs, their quarterback was Kelly Holcomb. And you're 17, so you have no idea who that was. And nor should you. It's been a while. Just know that, okay? That's circa 2002, maybe? Kelly Holcomb, Pittsburgh Steelers. Tommy Maddox, you remember that? Half of you don't even know who the hell these guys are. Tommy Maddox versus Kelly Holcomb in the playoffs. Steelers versus Browns. It's been a while. Did Derek Anderson lead the Browns to the playoffs that year that he was hot with Kellen Winslow and Braylon Edwards? Maybe. I doubt it. But they've been bad for quite some time. They've been really bad. Cat Chronicles, my man C3 says, it ain't Fuller, it's Osweiler. No, it's the play calling. Okay, Osweiler stinks. I will defend Osweiler till the cows come home, but he's been funky. But the biggest problem with that situation is the play calling. It's horrible. When you got a talent like Will Fuller, got to give him the football. I'm throwing a hitch. You see what the Detroit Lions do with Golden Tate? They will throw his ass a bubble screen at the line of scrimmage and say, here, run 20 yards. We'll block for you. When you got that kind of playmaker, just get him the football. Just get him the ball. They did it at the beginning of the season. You know what happened when they threw Will Fuller a bubble screen versus the Chicago Bears in week 1? He ran for a touchdown. Yeah, he did that. Why not do it again? I'm just asking. I'm curious. Or was that against the Chiefs in week 3? Either way, they threw him a bubble screen, and he ran for a touchdown. He's dynamic. So why are you doing all these 5 and 7 step drops, and Brock can't get him the football? Get him the ball immediately. Same thing with Nuke. Get these guys the ball early. Hitches and slants, comebacks, quick, easy completions. Get this offense going. Everything is vertical down the field. And Brock isn't hitting any of it. This offense stinks. The play calling is horrific. So you can blame Brock. I will listen because he's been horrible, even when guys are open. But make no mistake about it, this offense has been horrid. And it starts with the play calling. George Godsey and Bill O'Brien should be ashamed of themselves. Let's see. Moving right along. Let's see. Oh, man. All right. Okay, here we are. Cat Chronicle says, can my Panthers make a late run? It's possible. See, this is the thing. The Falcons are pussyfooting around with this division. And because they are. Now, the Panthers, I don't foresee them getting back into the mix in the wild card. It's so competitive in the NFC for that wild card. There are so many good divisions in the NFC. You're not getting that. So what you need to focus on is the division. And if the Falcons keep BSing around and allowing teams to come from 17 down to beat them at the crib, then you're going to have a shot. Just like everybody else in that division. And so if the Panthers can come off this bye, beat a game Arizona Cardinals team that has struggled on the road, all of a sudden you look up and you say, hey, look, man, we can get hot. We can start playing some confident football. We can get back into things because the offense has been great in Carolina. That hasn't been the problem, which it's funny to say. The defense has been the problem. Maybe this bye week was what the doctor ordered. They come back, they start playing like they have some sense on defense. The offense has been great all season long. Sans for the Tampa Bay game, which there was no Cam Newton. So they got a shot. It's a slim one. I put them to sleep 2 weeks ago, though. Once they lost to Tampa Bay on Monday night, I put them to bed. And that was all coaching there. You know, they put Derek Anderson in some bad spots. DA stinks. Don't put him in a position to throw picks at the 1 yard line. That's bad. That's bad football. So I put them to sleep then. But they went the next week and gave up 41. And for those of you who were thinking they had a shot, they probably ended them then at 1-5. But I didn't anticipate Atlanta dropping their next two. So here you are with a shot. At 1-5, you can only take it one game at a time. One game at a time. And like I always tell my Redskins fans and any fan out there that will listen, one game at a time, take care of your business and everything will work itself out. So if you start winning ball games, don't worry about what Atlanta's doing. Don't worry about what New Orleans or Tampa Bay's doing. You start winning football games, it'll all take care of itself. If you're supposed to have a chance, you'll have a chance. But none of that matters if you don't win games. So got to take it one game at a time. It starts with Arizona on Sunday. Let's see what else we got. Blackbird Blitz says, plenty of Falcons fans here. No doubt. The Black Al Bundy says, yo, Louie, my coworker says you remind her of Jaleel White, Steve Urkel from Family Matters. She's so damn disrespectful, LOL. I've heard that before. It's because of my eyes. I got big eyes. He's got huge eyes. I got big eyes. And then with my hair like this, his hair was like that for a good portion of his adolescent life. He had the little box. And when he got older, he had the little curls like I do. So there's some similarities there. But I was about to say, I wish I had his money, but I don't even know if he's got money. He's got to be getting some kickback. Does Family Matters come on in syndication anymore? Does anybody see that show? Is it on at like 8 o'clock in the morning on like TBS or something? I don't know. I haven't seen Family Matters in years, so maybe he's not getting a check off of that anymore. Craig Smith says, wish the national media would keep sleeping on my Chargers like they normally do. I wanted us to stay under the radar. Well, when you do stuff like come back from 17 down on the road, I'm sorry, Craig, you start to get attention. So if you want the media to go back to sleep on you, then go and lose to Denver and you can forget about anybody worrying about Chargers football for another 5 weeks. You win against the Denver Broncos, and it's only going to intensify. That would be 3 in a row. That would be a sweep of the Broncos, 2 wins against them in 3 weeks, back to 500. Just like that, you're back in the mix. And if the Broncos lose that game and you beat them and the Raiders lose to the Buccaneers, well, hell, you're just 1 game out of first place. So if you want them to go back to sleep, put them to sleep by losing. You don't want that, do you? No, you don't. So you got to take it. When you win, this is what happens. People start talking about your football team. All right. BE says, hey, Lou, I'm going to have my picks in tomorrow morning. Hey, man, it's all good. As long as they're in before Thursday, that way I don't have Thursday night football. I don't have to dock you then. So that's fine. It's all good. My man Sean Mack says, that was 2002. Yes. See? I be on it, man. I've been watching this game, man. It's like I got a steel trap up here, man. My memory is like a steel trap, man. And I remember those days. Tommy Maddox, Kelly Holcomb, William Green. You remember William Green out of Boston College as your running back? Those were the good old days. No, they weren't. My team was horrible back then. Oh, my goodness. I bet you do know who Tommy Maddox is, Cap. Blackbird Blitz says, I agree. Falcons give up too much underneath. I really hate when Dan Quinn plays prevent defense in the third quarter. See, that's the misconception. It's not prevent defense. It's soft zone coverage. When you're up big in a game, the prevailing thought is nothing cheap, nothing deep. That's what the saying is. You're not looking to give up anything quick or over the top. You want to make teams earn it because guess what? The time is your friend and the enemy of the opposition. So when you get up big on an opponent, a lot of defensive coordinators and coaches like to play soft underneath, make you throw it underneath because if you rally up, make the tackle, the clock keeps running. My problem was the Falcons were giving, and you know what they did in Seattle, right? Seattle plays cover 3 essentially on almost every snap, but they play it aggressively. That's what he wants his players to do, but they're not there yet. If you looked at the Falcons linebackers and their drops, man, these guys were dropping 12 yards at the snap of the football. There was so much space underneath, so when he would dump it down, guys would have like 5 or 6 yards after the catch. So they would get 5 yards on the catch. Then there would be another 5 to 7 yards of real estate after the catch. You can't give that much space up. I get that you don't want to give up anything deep and you don't want to give up a ton of yards, but good grief, that was too easy. Did you see the touchdown to get it within 3 to Melvin Gordon? That whole entire drive was way too easy. And that touchdown, Robert Alford is 7 yards deep in the end zone. Bruh, who are you playing 7 yards in the end zone? Who are you playing? There's nobody on your side. You should not be 7 yards deep in the end zone and allowing this man to creep out into the flats and walk into the end zone. That is inexcusable. That is part coaching, but that's more on the players. You just got to be a smart football player. Okay, I have no receivers to my side. I got no action over here. I'm not going to sag 7 yards into the end zone. I'm going to play up at the goal line and see if anything comes out. If a back leaks into my flat, I'm up there. What are you doing 7 yards in the end zone, bro? That's what kills me. Sean Mack says, no, Derek Anderson led us to 10-6 record, but we missed the playoffs that year. Okay. I remember he got hot one year, and you had Braylon Edwards, and you had Kellen Winslow Jr., and everybody thought the Browns are coming, and the next year they crapped their pants, and they were bad like they've been for the last decade. So I remember that too. All right, let's see where we are. Let's see. All right, so my man Captain Spartan is talking college football. Well, that's a perfect segue into College Corner. I'm going to make it nice and quick, and we'll move on. All right, so let's jump into the College Corner and some changes from last week. Number 2, down goes OSU. Down goes the Buckeyes. As they go down to Penn State in Happy Valley. No one saw that one coming. It was a huge upset, one that shakes up the college football landscape, changes the way that we view the Final Four, and Ohio State can still get back in. All it will take, and you like how I casually said, all it will take is a win over Michigan at home in the final game of the season. Easier said than done. You can't lose any more games, obviously, and you have to beat Michigan, and then you have to go win the Big Ten championship. If you do that, you're back in the playoffs. So really no harm, no foul for OSU. If you're going to lose, this was the time to do it. If you would have waited till later in the season to lose, probably not going to get an opportunity to win the Big Ten. So it's a bad loss. You don't want to lose to an unranked Penn State team, but James Franklin has those boys playing some football, and they got it done. First road loss for my man L.A.B. in quite some time. That might be like his first road loss as Ohio State head coach, if I'm not mistaken. Like, L.A.B. doesn't lose much. I know the last time I remember them losing was Virginia Tech at the crib, at the Horseshoe. So, L.A.B. don't lose on the road very often. So, that was surprising. But nonetheless, the other big winner of last week's college football action, Auburn. Did you see what they did to Arkansas? That is actually illegal in several states down south. They should be arrested. 56-3. Mind you, Arkansas was ranked. Key term there was. They're not anymore. And the biggest loser of last week's college football, definitely the Houston Cougars. All of this talk about Tom Herman, he's the hot new coach. Gotta get in line for Tom Herman. If you want a new coach, you better get in line for Tom Herman. He has those Houston Cougars playing some football. So they lose to Navy. A couple weeks later, they lose to unranked 2-4 SMU. The Mustangs stampede those boys and smoke them. Houston goes from ranked 11th to unranked in one fell swoop. Bye, Houston. Thanks for playing. See you later. So, let's get to my 5 big matchups this week in college football. Start with number 5. Florida, who is ranked 14, at Georgia. Rivalry game. Throw the records out the window. This one's going to be fun. Would not shock me in the least if Georgia got these boys. And if I'm not mistaken, normally this game is played in Jacksonville, so this one should be a lot of fun. The Bulldogs have fallen on hard times this season after being ranked. They would love nothing more than to wreck the season of the Florida Gators. This is a trap game if I've ever seen one. Florida needs to look out. Number 4, number 10 West Virginia, who I asked to go out and smoke TCU. I said, if you're serious, you want me to take you serious, go do TCU. They said, I got you, Louie Tee. I got you. They went out and smoked those boys. Cool. So now I think you're serious. You serious again? Go on the road now. That was at home. Go on the road and beat a very underrated Oklahoma State football team who's 5-2 and has been ranked for the majority of the season. A win here by Oklahoma State gets them ranked again and makes a serious dent in the hopes of West Virginia. So at 10 now, the highest they've been this season, can the West Virginia Mountaineers get to 7-0 and crack the top 10? This is a big one. They're on the road, and right now, I think they're only 3.5-point favorites. And if that's the case, that means this is essentially a pick'em game. So we'll see if they get the job done on the road against a very dangerous Cowboys football team. Number 3, this is a big one for me because I think Washington is a playoff team. I've said that before. I'll say it again. My Final Four looks like this, and it hasn't changed despite the loss. Alabama, Ohio State, Louisville, and Washington is my 4 playoff teams. And so I think Clemson can slip up this week, and I think this is where they take their L, and I'll talk about that in a second. But Washington, this is going to be their toughest test of the season right here on the road at number 17, Utah, who is damn good. They're 7-1. They're for real. And if Washington doesn't come with their A game, they will fall victim to the Utes in Utah. That's going to be a hell of a football game. Number 4 versus number 17. One of 3 big-time ranked versus ranked opponent matchups in this week in college football. Number 2 on my list of top 5 games of the weekend. Number 7, Nebraska, 7-0. Tommy Armstrong getting it done at the quarterback position, has the Cornhuskers undefeated and making a serious push in the Big Ten. Going to Wisconsin to take on the Badgers, number 11 in the nation. This is a big one in the Big Ten. This is a huge game. And if Wisconsin wants to remain relevant in the Big Ten landscape, they got to win this game. They've already lost 2 games to both Michigan State and Ohio State, both close games. That's why they're still ranked number 11. But you lose to the last of the Mohicans in this conference, the last good team, then they're going to start looking down on Wisconsin. No matter how close these games have been, they got to win this one at home. If you're Nebraska, it's really simple. This is your only shot. You have to run the table. You got to win this game. It's going to be tough. Wisconsin has proven that they're battle-tested, just losing to Michigan by 7 in the Big House and then only losing to Ohio State by mere points at home. They had that game, let it slip through their fingers. So they're going to be ready. And this is a tough Wisconsin team. That will be a game that definitely will be on my television set on Saturday. And the number one game of the weekend, obviously, in the ACC. Number 3, Clemson taking their undefeated record to Tallahassee to take on the Florida State Seminoles. They're ranked 12th in the nation. I smell an upset. You smell that? I smell an upset. They got away by the slimmest of margins, by the little finest of hairs on their little tiger chinny chin chins on 2 weeks ago versus NC State. I don't think they're going to get away this time. I think Florida State realizes that this is their last hope to have any impact on this college football season. They want to get back in the top 10 and have a shot. They got to win this game. And so they're going to give everything they've got. Clemson has been shaky. I haven't been in love with them all season. I think this is where their roller coaster ride gets really, really bumpy. And the ride stops for the Clemson Tigers. We'll see. But that's my top 5. And I got a bonus game for you. Number 25, Virginia Tech. They were at 17 a week ago. They get smoked by Syracuse, which prompts them to fall out of the top 25. Then they turn around and go to Miami and spank those boys. Now they're ranked 25, and they got a shot against a very good Pitt team. 2 5-2 teams. Pitt looking to get ranked. They want to get ranked, beat a ranked team at home. We'll see if they're able to get it done. So that's my college corner. Let's move back to the NFL with Louie Tee versus the world.
Of the world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
Louie Tee versus the world. Come get some.
I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
So before we get into my picks and what you guys did and that whole thing, I would like to get to some of your comments. So I want to knock out a couple of comments, and then we'll get to what you guys were able to do with your picks after I break down what I did with my picks. And like I said already, I'm going to forewarn you, it is not pretty. Not for the faint of heart. If you have a weak stomach, this is where you need to turn off your computer, cell phone, or monitor, because my picks are very, very, it's a graphic scene, okay? Not for any little kids. You need to go ahead and put them to bed right now. They don't need to see this. This is not for their eyes. So before I get to any of those, I do want to read your comments. So let's get to some of your comments first. Captain Spartan 04 says, screw Houston, man. Like, seriously, they had one job and they gave up on us. Yeah, you needed them to be good. You don't need them anymore, though. Don't even worry about them. Just keep winning. Clemson is going to fall. You're going to get a shot. Don't worry about those boys anymore. Don't worry about them. You've already seen what they've done. They gave up. Their season is done. Don't worry about them. When they come to town, just make sure you spank those boys. RG3, hashtag smoking at 3, hashtag 1000, hashtag dog pound says, what's your top 3 pass rushers in the league right now? Of course, Von Miller heads that list. If you're talking about right now, Lorenzo Alexander's leading the league in sacks. How can he not be on your list? He's got 9 sacks. Who saw that coming, by the way? My goodness. And trying to think of who else has been a menace this year in terms of sacks. There was somebody else I thought that was up there in sacks. Getting to the quarterback. Right now, I'll be honest with you, though, too. There aren't many dominant pass rushers in this league right now. Justin Houston is banged up. J.J. Watt's out. All of your Khalil Mack struggling this year with a new system. there aren't any dominant pass rushers, to be honest with you. Clay Matthews isn't what he used to be anymore. So, I mean, when you take a look around the league, there aren't many guys really killing it. So, I'm trying to run through some divisions real quick and see if I can think of somebody that I may be missing. So I'm gonna run through these divisions quickly. NFC East. No, there's no one in that division. NFC South. No, there's no one in that division. NFC West. Oh, they got some boys out there, man. Arizona. My man Golden. That boy's acting up. Chandler Jones. He's getting to the quarterback too. So I guess you'd have to throw one of those or both of those Arizona boys in there. They got a nice little tag team going right now. Those boys are ferocious. Cliff Averill still getting after the quarterback after all these years too. So those are a couple. Like I said, there aren't many dominant. I mean, after Von Miller, there aren't household names that are dominant that are healthy right now. I mean, Justin Houston and J.J. Watt are those guys that you expect to be fat 15 to 17 sack getters, and they're injured right now. So this league is void of dominant pass rushers right now. Archangel says, I don't see any chance in hell that the Panther turds won't get flushed down the toilet bowl. You may be right, but you guys got to do your job and put them to sleep by winning games, which you haven't currently been doing. So you want to flush them, then flush them. But you got to win to do that. Sean Mack says, Broncos versus Chargers. Gave me fits in the pick'em. So did the Saints versus the Seahawks. What game gave you the most trouble picking? Man, there was quite a bit. I mean, to be honest with you, you're going to see when I give you my picks and you watch the video at the end, I'm going to explain to you how I feel about this week. I don't want to give it away. I'm going to let you guys watch the video at the end. But let me look at the schedule real quick. I'm looking at the schedule right now. I struggle with a bunch of games. I struggle with Philly at Dallas. I struggled with San Diego at Denver. I struggled with Oakland at Tampa Bay. I struggled with Kansas City at Indianapolis. I struggled with the Jets at Cleveland. I mean, this is a tough week. If somebody wins double digits next week, we're going to throw a party for them on this program next week. That's how tough this is. This is not an easy week. This is worse than last week. And last week was an ass clown week. But if somebody goes 10-3 next week, and remember, it's only 13 games on the slate. So you got to be special to get the double digits next week. You can only lose 3 times. We're going to probably throw a party for them next week. We're going to get the confetti out because this is a tough week. Let's see. Tristan Brown says, you think this week is a good time for Miami's bye week or a bad time because we had the momentum? Once you get past week 7, I think all byes are great because you're now at that midpoint of the season. Guys need a break. You've had training camp. You had preseason, first 7 weeks of the season. Guys need a break. They need to mentally get away, reset button, come back, ready to play. So I think that's a great bye week. Even though you have momentum, guys still need a break. So I don't think it's a bad bye at all. Captain Spartan 04 says, Louisville now has to hope Ohio State doesn't beat Michigan. If they do, they could jump us and we could be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I mean, there's a weird scenario where both Ohio State and Michigan get in, even with a Michigan loss. But I would find it very hard to believe that Michigan still gets in if they lose to Ohio State and you're sitting there with 1 loss. And it's to Clemson. And let's say Clemson only has 1 loss and it's to Florida State. I just find that hard to believe. You went to Death Valley and had those boys and let them off the hook. You could be right. If Ohio State beats Michigan, I could see a scenario where both Michigan and Ohio State get in. But I don't think that would be fair to Louisville, but fair isn't fair, you know? So you're right. So it could be really iffy. We'll see what happens. Sean Mack says, hell yeah, I do. I made my girls watch it. It still plays here in Ohio. Well, here in my town anyhow. Oh, you talking about Family Matters? I forgot what you were talking about for a second. I didn't know if it still came on. It still does. Man, that was an awesome show. You got to admit, man. That was good times back in the day. But I haven't seen it in so long. The Black Al Bundy says, Family Matters comes on the Centric channel. Good brother. CTFU. Yeah. Okay, you're right. Centric does play a lot of black shows from back in the day. So it might still come on there. I haven't seen it, but if any channel would have it, it'd be Centric. That makes a lot of sense. Archangel says, I love being the underdog every week as we were and always seem to be the underdogs. Everybody likes to play that underdog card. It's a fun card to play, but I would love to be a favorite and actually have my team be good. Damn the underdog. I only like being the underdog when my team isn't as good as I would like them to be. And I need that extra chip on our shoulder. How about you just be the Patriots and be good and have everybody think you're going to win every damn week and actually win every week? You know, that's really fun. At least for the Patriots fans it is. I'd love to have my team be that team. You know, I used to be, I want my team to be under the radar. Man, like I said on my show earlier on my Redskins, nah, man, F that. I don't want to be the underdog. The underdog is only fun when your team isn't good enough to be the man. Damn, being an underdog, I want to be the man. I want to be the big dog. I want to be the big dog. I don't want to be a puppy. That puppy don't eat. The big dogs eat. Man, you get table scraps. Whatever we don't want to eat, you get to have that. Stop. I don't want to be the underdog no more. I don't want to be that dog. I'm trying to make some noise, man. Sean Mack says, I remember pothead William Green. Oh, man. Caught with 10 pounds of weed in his car. I remember that too, man. Oh, my goodness. Remember the running back? I don't think he played for you guys. I think he played for Seattle. But he had the Whizzinator and got caught with it in the airport and they had weed in it. What was his name? If y'all remember his name, y'all put it in the comment section, man. I forgot his name. It's going to come to me, but God, man. Some players are just so ridiculously dumb. I hate when I lose my place. Oh, here we are. Where do we go to put the picks in by Thursday? So you go to my channel, Louie Tee Network on YouTube. You got two different options. They'll all take you to the same place. Louie Tee Network on YouTube. Go to the discussions tab. And from there, you will find the comment section. You leave your picks there. Or you can go to my Facebook page in the lab room. There's a Facebook page. Click on the play game tab. It'll take you straight to that discussion page where you can then leave your picks as well. So it's all the same. Craig Smith says, you think the blueprint has been laid out via the Chargers Falcons to beat the Broncos? Well, the Broncos have a tough time scoring. So if you can score, you can beat the Broncos. Like, they don't go out and light it up. They only lit it up one time this year, and that was versus Cincinnati when they scored 31. Honestly, they're a field goal team. They'll score a touchdown or two, but they're not a team that's going to light you up on the scoreboard. So if you don't turn it over, you don't help them, they're piecing together field goals and, they'll score a touchdown here and there. But the key for you against the Broncos is don't turn it over. Don't give Aqib Talib a pick six. Don't allow them to strip your quarterback and force a fumble and give the offense great field position. Manage the game. When you get opportunities to punch it in and get seven. But just score points. That's how you make it tough on the Denver Broncos. Just score points. And again, easier said than done versus that defense. But if you're not going to score, don't turn it over. Punt. Make their offense go the length of the field. And with C.J. Anderson being out, maybe that gets tougher. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe Devontae Booker, comes in and shows them what the game's been missing, and they figure out that, hey, this is the guy. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it hurts them. We'll see. Archangel says, you're only making me that much more upset about my defense. Hey, man. It is what it is. It's a process. You can't rush the process. You can't skip steps. They'll get better, but it's going to take some time. And I told you that before the season started. Remember, we had this same conversation before the season started. I said, you're relying too heavily on rookie players. You're going to have some growing pains. Well, you saw that. And you're seeing that. DG Production says, thoughts on Florida's defense and their 2 cornerbacks that each got a pick 6 in their last game. Their defense is ferocious. And they're going to get tested against Georgia. I love Georgia's quarterback. I think he has a bright future in front of him. Best quarterback at Georgia since Matthew Stafford. So he's going to test that secondary. But those boys play ball at Florida. They get pressure on the quarterback. And those corners, they're some ball hawks. And so he's going to have his work cut out for him. It should be fun, man. That should be a fun game. And I think Florida, their downfall is going to be their offense. They can play defense with the best of them, but as we've seen in their losses this year, they just don't have enough juice offensively. So we'll see. Sean Mack says, I missed that entire game, LOL. Was refereeing for USA Boxing. That's why we lost. Hey, well, at least you were doing it for a good cause, man. At least I can say that. Craig Smith says, Philly Rib historically chews up that cover 3 the Falcons play up. See this year's Jags game and the 31-20 win over Seattle in 14. Hey, man, I love Philly Ribs, man. And he ate that cover 3 up. They were in that soft cover 3 and they were dropping too deep in it. And he was just having his way, picking those boys apart. BE says, okay, got my picks in. Awesome. I'll let you know when I get there. Captain Spartan 4 says, Jacob Eason versus Luke Del Rio. That's going to be fun. I'm just glad to see Luke Del Rio healthy, man. When he's healthy, they're so much better. Who wants to rely on Appleby to win you games? That's not fun. And I love me some Jacob Eason, man. I do. I really do, man. That is going to be fun. All right. Let's see. Sean Mack says, loving the Bret Hart interest to this segment. He is a great dude in person, yeah. You've told me that before, and he's awesome, and he's been dealing with some things, and it's good to know that he's okay. Bret Hart was big when I was a kid as far as wrestling is concerned. DG Productions, it's so cold down here. Do it. Put me out of my pain. Hey, man, I'm going to be right down there with you telling some stories, and we're gonna make a bonfire down there. We're going to try to make the best out of our situation. All right. Yeah, oh my goodness. Andrew Kim says Marcus Golden from the Cards. Yeah, I mentioned him, AK. I sure did. That Black Al Bundy says Von Miller and Everson Griffin, he's got 4 or 5 sacks this season. He's good, but he's not dominant. I think that whole unit is good together. Like Everson Griffin and then Danielle Hunter and then you got the big guy in the middle. And when you get your other big guy in the middle back, you know, to add with Linval Joseph, that's going to be a nasty, formidable front four. But none of those guys stand out. I think Danielle Hunter has a chance to stand out as he continues to grow as a pass rusher. But I don't know. Let's see. All right, Brown Shoe T2 says, yeah, going 8-0 last year was awesome. Too bad Dalton had to get hurt. Yeah, that would have, I think you guys could have made it to the Super Bowl last year. No joke. Now, you know how you guys choke in the playoffs, but the AFC was so wide open last year. And for you guys to play them being the Broncos as close as you did in Denver with a backup quarterback, no doubt in my mind, if Dalton's healthy, I think you guys had a shot. Sean Mack says, my oldest daughter, Hannah, just said, he's clowning, Dad, LOL. My girls find you funny, bro. I try to be, I try to be sometimes. AK says, did you wake up your neighbors with that barking? LOL. Actually, my kids are in here sleeping, so they sleep soundly, so I don't think I woke them up. Oh, man. Tristan Brown says, with the dog noises, you got me rolling. I'm just trying to be a big dog, man. That's all I'm saying. And y'all get my point, man. I'm tired of being the guy that's the dog in the back waiting for the big dogs to eat and leave me, whatever they don't want left, man. I'm just trying to eat, man. I just want to be a big dog. Black Al Bundy says, Ontario Smith. That's his name. Ontario Smith. I knew somebody would know he was a Viking. That's why you remember. Yeah, he had the Wizinator. The Vikes had his bum ass shaking my head. There you go. Ontario Smith. These players be killing me, man. Ontario Smith is his damn name. Thank you, Black Al Bundy. That's his damn name. Ontario Smith. Good old days. Cubone Football says, what's your thoughts on the Rams quarterback situation? If he's not ready to play, he being Jared Goff, don't put him in. I'm not a fan of Jeff Fisher throwing the receivers under the bus to protect your garbage quarterback, Case Keenum. But if that's what you got to do to keep everybody off your back about starting Jared Goff, so be it. I'm not a fan of it. Those receivers do stink, but you don't need to throw them under the bus to protect a garbage quarterback. That being said, if Jared Goff isn't ready to play, don't put him in because you will destroy that young man. His confidence will go to hell, and he'll become David Carr. We've seen that movie. We know how it ends. Don't want to watch it again. You spent a bunch of draft picks to go up and get him. Then you spend a pick on him. No need to waste him if he's not ready. So that's how I feel about that. It sucks because, again, this team, albeit the defense isn't as good as it used to be, it's still good enough to win, but Case Keenum can't take you where you want to go. Ray Lewis says, what do you think about the Chiefs defense and how do you think they rank among other defenses in the NFL? I think the Chiefs defense is meh right now. And the reason why is because they're missing Justin Houston. They need to be able to get after the quarterback. When they're at their best, they're able to get pressure off of both sides of the field in terms of edge pass rushers. I really, really like what your young guy out of Auburn is doing. His name escapes me right now to come to me. But I think, Tom Bahali's up there in age. He's not the same guy he used to be, which is fine. It's why you drafted the young fella out of Auburn. He's coming along quite nicely. Now you need your stud back in Justin Houston. And if you can get him back, then all of a sudden, and I don't expect him to be the Justin Houston of old right off the bat. I mean, we're talking about a guy coming off some major work. So it's going to take time. But if you can get a semblance of a pass rush back, then that secondary, which I think is one of the better ones in the league, can start to tee off and get some errant throws. And we know what the Kansas City Thief is all about. We know what Eric Berry is about. You can start making some plays in that secondary, and this defense can really become formidable again. But I think right now, it's just an average defense because you're missing that dog that can go hunt. So I think they're right now a middle of the pack to right out of the top 12 defense in the league. They don't scare you, but they're not garbage. Andrew Kim says, where does Devontae Bay come from, LOL, when you say Devontae Bay? It comes from Jodeci. It's a guy named Devontae Swing. And he used to go, Devontae Swing. And so that's where I got it from. His name's Devontae Booker, so I call him Devontae Bay. So I got it from Jodeci. I'm a music buff, if you didn't know. I love music. You'll always hear me singing something or doing something dumb with music because I love it. Dominic Garland says, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott, and is Dez Bryant getting traded? No, Dez Bryant isn't getting traded. And of the two, I would take Carson Wentz. I just think his upside is better than Dak Prescott's. I think Carson Wentz, once he fully develops in this league, is going to be an animal. Thought he was the best quarterback in this past year's draft. I still think he is. And he's done nothing to dissuade me or prove to me otherwise. And, of course, we haven't seen Goff. So I'm still standing by Wentz being the best quarterback in this draft class, even though I love what Dak Prescott has done. The Black Al Bundy says, when you said it is what it is when answering someone's comment, though you took the words right out of my mouth. Yo, Louie, I F's with your point of view on everything, bro. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Let's all right, I read some of your comments. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop right here at Tristan Brown, and we'll get back to a lot of your comments as far as where we are, I'm going to stop right here, Tristan Brown. Let's get to my picks and get to your picks and talk about the week that was in the National. I'm ready to get it over with. I really am. It's been weighing on me all week. So your man, as you saw up above, your man Louie Tee, the good guy, went 6-8 this week, man. 6-8-1 to be exact. And as the losses were stacking up like bricks, I started counting my losses. And normally I don't do that. I just let the games play out, and then at the end of the day, I tally up what I've done. Since I play in a football pool, once I get eliminated from the football pool, it's like whatever. I don't give a damn. So I already knew I was eliminated from the football pool because I play in one of these football pools that in order to win, you got to have like 1 or 2 losses. Like it's like 800 people playing. So you got to damn near be perfect to win. And once I'm eliminated from there, I'm like, I don't give a damn. So I let the games play out and then I'll go back and check. But this week, I knew I was in danger of the Mendoza line. So I started clocking these picks hard. I'm looking like sweating. All right, come on, Atlanta, I need you. I'm like, come on, San Francisco. And on Sunday night, I was like, Seattle. But by that time, I had already sunk below the Mendoza line. At that point now, it was like damage control. I didn't give a damn. But the frustrating part about my picks last week is that a vast majority of my picks, they started out like gangbusters. For example, I picked Green Bay. They won. One of my 6 wins. Didn't have many on the week. I picked Los Angeles. If you watched that game, you'd know they were up 10-0. At the very beginning, they looked like they were about to rout those boys. I'm over here cheering them on with Los Angeles Rams pom-poms. Go Rams! You can do it! You can do it all night long. Go do those boys. They said, nah, man. We can't win. We got Case Keenum. Sorry. You shouldn't have picked us. Damn it. All right. Then I picked Cincinnati. Who didn't pick Cincinnati? They won. Then I picked my boys, and they took a dump all over me. And I had that game at the end, up 17-13, and Stafford did me at the end of that game. What can I say? What more can I say? Matthew Stafford's the best in the business with 2 minutes left on the clock. We gave him an opportunity, and he took it and ran with it. So I'll take my second L. That's okay. I thought Tennessee was hot, and the Colts were not. So I said, you're at home. You serious? You really want to have a shot in this division? Beat Indy. They said, nah, we ain't serious. You thought we were serious? Gotcha. Ha! So I had to pay for that one. But they were up in that game too. They had a shot. New Orleans and Kansas City, another one of my few wins on the day. Buffalo at Miami. This one really pissed me off. This is when I knew, oh hell, my day's taking a day for the worse. Buffalo was up 17-6 after Goodwin caught the touchdown pass from Tyrod Taylor. I said, here we go. Bill's about to do these boys like they always do. And then Jay Ajayi went to work on their ass. He puts in work. Next thing I know, I look up, the man's got another 2 bills and the damn Dolphins up by 2 scores. How in the hell did you were just up by 11? Those boys ran off 23 unanswered points. Damn it, man. So another double-digit lead for a team that I picked, gone up in smoke. Baltimore, these bastards. Up 10-0. The Jets gave them a freebie at the beginning of the game. The punter, rookie Lachlan Edwards, says, I'm going to let the ball go through my hands, try to pick it up, get mollywopped, and allow the Ravens to recover the football in the end zone. It's 10-0. These boys let Geno complete a hook and let Quincy Enunwa murk for 69. Okay, you still up. 10-7. They get a field goal. It's 13-7. They hurt Geno, which was the worst thing they could do, because that brought in Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he didn't turn it over this game, and he did those boys. And they couldn't score any more points. Again, another double-digit lead by a team that I picked. Up in smoke. Jets win 24-16. Minnesota and Philadelphia. I just didn't see that one coming. I thought it could happen, and I told you guys that on this program. I thought it was a possibility, but I wasn't going to pick it. Those boys got smoked. Oakland at Jacksonville, got that one right. San Diego at Atlanta. I went into this 4 o'clock hour sitting at, let me let you know where I stood and what my mental was going into the 4 o'clock games. So going into 4 o'clock, I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was 4 and 6 going into 1, 2, 3, 4. I was 4 and 6 going into the afternoon games. And I said, if Atlanta wins, I'm going to get to 500. I started clocking my picks. I never do that. I started clocking my picks. If Atlanta wins, I'm going to get to 500 because New England's going to win. I don't give a damn what San Francisco does. I went out on a limb there. If they bite me, they bite me. As long as Atlanta wins, I'm fine. Because in my mind, I'm telling myself this, if Atlanta wins, San Francisco, let's just say they lose. And they did. New England's going to win. Seattle's going to win. Denver's going to win. I'll be at 500. I'm fine. I'm good. I'll get to 8 and 7. I'm good. And I looked up and Atlanta was up 27-10. I'm like, those my dogs. Those dirty boys, boy. We right here. We ain't going anywhere. They right here. I said, they got them. They up 17. They dirty boy dancing on them guys out there. I said, yeah. They dirty birding them. We got them. I look up again. It's 27-17. I'm like, they scored a touchdown. Who cares? I look up again. It's 27-24. I'm like, the hell is going on out there? I look up again. It's 30-24. I say, all right, they about to pull away. I look up again. It's 34-27. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. 30-27. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. What are you doing? This game's getting a little too close. What are you doing? Next thing I know, field goal, tie game, overtime. And I'm looking now. I'm sweating bullets now. I'm wiping the forehead. I'm looking down. You know how they show you the little ticker at the bottom? And they show you what part of the field the team that has the ball is at? I'm watching the bottom of the CBS ticker. Damn the Steelers and the Patriots. I don't give a damn about that game anymore, okay? Patriots got that one in hand. I'm looking at the bottom line. All right. I see the Falcons got the ball in overtime. 4th and 1 from the 45. What they gonna do? Are they going for that? Damn, it's been 4th and 1 from the 45 for the last 5 minutes. What the hell, man? They gonna go for it. Oh, Dan Quinn, you dirty bastard. You better get it. Next thing I know, I look up. San Diego got the damn ball. They at the 17-yard line of the Falcons. Another double-digit lead of a team I picked. Up in smoke. Oh, there's more. San Francisco says, I got you, Louie Tee. You thought I was going to lose? I got you. We up 14-0. I said, don't lie to me, man. Don't you lie to me. You did this to me against the Cowboys. You did this to me before. Jump out to an early lead. You did this to me against Arizona. Don't lie to me, man. Those boys didn't score another point till the 4th quarter. Gave up 33 points. I wasn't counting on that one, though. The Falcons one was the one that killed me. Then New England took care of business versus Pittsburgh. Seattle tied. Who cares? At that point, I'm already dead. Dead, I tell ya. And then Denver took care of business like I knew they would. But by that time, I was dead. Dead. 6-8-1. I hope somebody stops me from putting this guy on. I got him right here. I'm ready to strap up if necessary. I don't want to, but I will if I have to. So, let's get to your picks. See what you guys did. All right. And just as a heads up, for those of you who sent your picks in, BE, I got your picks. Cubone, I got your picks. Big Blue View, got your picks. Vlasic, got your picks. Tristan Brown, got your picks. Sean Mack, got your picks. Andrew Kim, got your picks. Nick Riley got your picks. Eduardo O'Neill got your picks. Now, let's see. I got a review. Let's see. These are picks from last week. So I'll go ahead and accept these and go back to the comment section. Sometimes your picks, for some reason, I can't explain why, they will end up in my spam. So I had a couple of guys who ended up in the spam from last week. So let's get to these week 7 picks. Let's go all the way to the bottom and work our way up. And we start with, boy, we got a lot of picks this week. My goodness. I'm still going. All right. Nick Riley is first up. Nick goes Vikings. That's 1. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins. That's 2. Raiders, Chiefs, Bills. That's 3. Ravens. That's 4. Titans. That's 5. Falcons. That's 6. Bucks, Patriots, Cardinals, Broncos. So he lost 6 games. How many were there? 15, I believe. Let me count my sheet. I want to say it was 15. 6, 8, and 1. I don't need the sheet. That's 15. So he went 9 and 6. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Eduardo O'Neill, since his picks in, says, taking one for the team. So he didn't pick his boys, and it worked out for him. Maybe if he would have picked his lines, they would have lost. But Packers, Giants, Vikings, that's 1. Chiefs, Redskins, that's 2. Bengals, Bills, that's 3. Raiders, Titans, that's 4. Ravens, that's 5. Falcons, that's 6. Bucks, Broncos, Patriots, Seahawks. So 9 and 6 for Eduardo O'Neill. Vlasic says Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins, 1. Saints, 2. Bills, 3. Jets, Eagles, Colts, Falcons, 4. Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos, so, and the Raiders. So let's go through these again. Looks like we got a double-digit getter. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins, 1. Saints, 2. Bills, 3. Jets, Eagles, Colts, Falcons, 4. Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos. Yep, and Raiders. So 11 and 4 for Vlasic. That's going to be tough to beat because he picked not only the Jets, but he also picked the Eagles and the Colts. That's a hard combination to put together. He worked hard for that. And if he didn't pick the Saints, if he was smart and picked the Chiefs, he might have been up there sitting in the throne with my man Cubone, but he was off by 1 pick. Andrew Kim, AK, says Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins, 1. Raiders, Chiefs, Bills, 2. Ravens, 3. Vikings, 4. Titans, 5. Falcons, 6. Bucks, Pats, Seahawks, Broncos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do this again because I thought he told me he went 8 and 7. He might have went 9 and 6. Let's see. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins, 1. Raiders, Chiefs, Bills, 2. Ravens, 3. Vikings, 4. Titans, 5. Falcons, 6. Bucks, Pats, Seahawks, Broncos. Oh, I forgot. And I forgot that Vlasic is a tie. So that one doesn't count. So he went 10 and 4, not 11 and 4. Excuse me. And my man Andrew Kim won 8, not 9. He went 8 and 6. I got to remember to take that that tie out of there. So Nick Riley didn't go 9 and 6. He went 8 and 6. And then Eduardo O'Neill didn't go 9 and 6. He went 8 and 6. So there we go. I'm back on track. Robbie Sohal says, gotta hit double digits eventually, right? Right? Are you right or are you wrong? We're going to find out. Packers was his sole survivor pick. Good job there. Rams, that's 1. Chiefs, Eagles, Titans, tough one, he said, that's 2. Bills, 3. Lions, Bengals, Raiders, Ravens 4, Falcons 5, Niners 6, Patriots, Cardinals, Broncos. No, he didn't hit double digits. He had 6, so that puts him at 8-6 this week with the tie. Ryan Smith says, I throwing my hat in for the first time. Heard about this from my buddy Robbie down there. Let's see what I got. So shout out to Robbie for sending one of his homies through. Let's see what your man Ryan Smith did. Packers, Giants, Chiefs, Colts. Great start. Eagles. Woo. Bengals, Lions, Jags 1, Dolphins. Ha. Ravens 2, 49ers 3, Falcons 4, Patriots, Broncos, and Cardinals. So 10-4 for his first time. Not bad. Not bad at all. He had some gutsy picks, man. Eagles, Lions, the Dolphins, Ravens. He did some things here. I mean, Ravens didn't win, but he did some good things. Colts, Chiefs, some good picks. 10-4. So we have 2 people up in the penthouse right now. Ryan Smith and Vlasic are sitting up in the house chilling, man. Who's going to join them? Brown Shoe T2 says the following. Packers, Giants, Chiefs, Vikings 1, Colts, Bills 2, Redskins 3, Bengals, Jags 4. He says, I just have a feeling. I did too. And we both wrong. Ravens 5, Falcons 6, Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks. So he went 8-6 on the week, did Brown Shoe T2. Tristan Brown. Hey, man, I'm waiting for some company down here. Look, man, don't leave me down here. It's dark. It's scary down here. Somebody come on down here, man. I'm begging. And I don't beg, but I'm begging. Come on now. Baby, I'm begging, baby. I'm begging, begging, begging. Come on, somebody. Come on down here and join me, man. I'm lonely. All right, Louie, this is my first time ever picking, so let's hope I don't do too bad. This is from Tristan Brown. Packers, Giants, Chiefs, off to a good start. Titans 1, Vikings 2, Bengals, Redskins. Y'all should be able to continue your streak. I wish you were right. Unfortunately, you weren't. That's 3. Raiders, Dolphins, my team. I think we can pull this one out. We're going to turn around our schedule. Look at what we did to Pittsburgh. He was right. Ravens 4, Bucks, Falcons 5, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos. Not bad for his first time. So he went 9-5. Not bad at all, Tristan. Not bad at all. Big Blue View. Hey, this has been a guy that I could count on to go below the Mendoza line. Let me see if I can get him. Can I coax him into coming down and joining me? Let's see. Packers, Giants, Chiefs, not off to a good start. Vikings 1, Titans 2, Bills 3, Lions, Bengals, Raiders, Ravens 4, Falcons 5, Bucks, Pats, Cards, Broncos. No. Oh. So he lost 5 games for a total of 9-5 with the tie. Man, it's not looking too good for me, man. I look like I'm about to have to strap up that dunce count. I was hoping to never put that thing on again. Sean Mack says, here we go, bro. I'm getting back on the surface of the water this week, LOL. All right, Sean Mack, let's see what you did. Green Bay, Packers, Giants, Saints, upset. Didn't work out for you. That's 1. Titans, not confident in either team. Neither was I. And we both came to the same conclusion and suffered the same fate. That's 2. Vikings, defense should give Wentz fits. They did. Problem was their defense gave Sam Bradford fits. That's 3. Bengals, maybe my Browns pulled this one out. I can totally see it. Good thing you didn't pick them. Redskins, your team should win by double digits. I wish you were right. Again, we didn't. That's 4. Raiders, Bills, 5. Ravens, 6. Jets just suck. They do, but so do the Ravens. Bucks, upset. They won for you. Falcons, 6. Patriots, Pittsburgh in deep dookie, bro. And he didn't say Pittsburgh either. Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos. So 6 losses for my man Sean Mack for a total of 8-6. Hey, way to get back on the surface, man. I wish I could be joining you up there. Right now, I would love to be 8-6. And that's not even good for me, but it's way better than what I did. B.E. Brian Emerson, Packers, Giants, Bengals. Redskins 1, Raiders, Saints 2, Bills 3, Ravens 4, Vikings 5, Colts Falcons 6, Bucks, Patriots, Cardinals, Denver. So 8-6 for my man B.E. Teddy Roachless got to get into that double-digit club, he says. Let's see if he made it. Redskins 1, Packers, Giants, Chiefs, Colts, Vikings 2, Bengals, Raiders, Bills 3, Ravens 4, 49ers 5, Falcons 6, Patriots, Cards, Texans 7. So no, he didn't make it. And with the tie, he's 7-7-1. So 7-7 for Teddy Roachless. Still don't have any company down here. I'm waiting. Somebody come on down. I'm waiting. Zach Randolph says Packers, Giants, Vikings 1, Bills 2, Bengals, Ravens 3, 49ers 4, Chiefs, Titans 5, Redskins 6, Raiders, Falcons 7, Patriots, Broncos, Cardinals. Damn it, I thought I had somebody. He's 7-7. PD Pablo says, about to finesse y'all right quick with these dubs. Ooh, I like it. Pablo, PD Pablo coming with the smack talk, but it's some nice, silky, smooth smack talk. He said, I'm about to finesse y'all right quick. All right, with these dubs. Let's see what you did. Chargers. Wow. Right off the bat, Chargers. Okay. Eagles. Packers, Giants, Saints 1, Bills 2, Titans 3, Bengals, Lions, Jaguars 4, Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos, Ravens 5. He was almost there. Almost there. 9-5 for PD Pablo, man. Not bad. I think that was his first try. That was damn good, man. Some good picks. You got a little funky in the middle, but you started out hot with Chargers, Eagles, and you had the Lions too. Those are some good picks. Anal Probe 9000 says, starting off like this. Packers, Giants, Chiefs out on a limb. Vikings 1, Colts, Bills. This is a tough one. Hot Bills versus Dolphins coming off big win and family business. So he took an L there. That's 2. Redskins, hail. Unfortunately, we didn't get it done. That's 3. Bengals. He says, watch. This will be where the Browns act like a football team and screw me. You're good. You're good. They didn't. Jaguars, out on a limb, very thin limb in that branch. Unfortunately, it snapped. That's 4. Falcons, 5. Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks. These divisional games suck, I know. And Broncos. He said, almost forgot Ravens, Jets games. Give me Flacco and the Ravens. They can't choke like that many times. Yes, they can. And they did. That's 6. 8-6. And again, hail to the Redskins. Hail, my man, Anal Probe 9000. 8-6 for my man, Anal Probe 9K. Sean Hawk, week 7, got the double digit last week, looking for 2 in a row. Sometime this season, I hope to have my record from last year or better. All eyes on the throne. So my man, Sean Hawk, going after what my man, Cubone Football has got. He wants that throne. That's what I want. I ain't getting it with picks like this week. All right. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins 1, Titans 2, Bills 3, Chiefs, Ravens 4, Vikings 5, Jags 6, Falcons 7, 49ers 8. I got some company. Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos. Let me count it again. I don't want to misspeak. I think I got some company. I'm getting excited. I'm still the worst of the week thus far, though. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins 1, Titans 2, Bills 3, Chiefs, Ravens 4, Vikings 5, Jaguars 6, Falcons 7, 49ers 8. I got some company. All right, come on down here. Come on down. Come on down, Sean Hawk, to the dark, deep doldrums of the slums. Welcome. Have a seat, man. Yeah, I know it's a little cold. I've been down here keeping my little hands warm, man. We should build a fire and tell stories. Money Miz 14. See what my man says. He says, week 7 winners. Packers, Giants, Chiefs, Vikings 1. Colts, Bills 2. Lions, Browns 3. Raiders, Ravens 4. Falcons 5. 49ers 6, Pats, Cardinals, Broncos. Let's see if he got all the picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yes, he went 8 and 6. Protect 428. He says, gotta shoot for double digits this week. I was salty after week 6. He did not have a great week last week, so he's looking to get back. He says, Pats crush Steelers. No Big Ben equals Steelers have no chance. Skins over Lions. Hashtag riding momentum. The Skins have more momentum than Detroit does. And they did. That's past tense. Redskins lose. That's 1. Packers over Bears. Aaron Rodgers would have lost his damn mind if he loses this week. Titans over Colts. Titans running well and Mariota doing his thing. Also, Indy's a train wreck right now. That's 2 losses. Falcons over Chargers. Atlanta needs to bounce back after this win. Last second loss to Seattle in week 6. I expect them at home to bring their A game, especially on offense. That's his 3rd loss. Bengals over Browns. It's the Browns. Since he better step all over these boys. LOL. Raiders over Jags. The Raiders will bounce back on offense in better conditions and win this one in the only way they know how, a shootout. Seattle over Arizona. Though the Cardinals should have gained confidence winning 2 in a row, it's a division game at home. Must see the Cards win against a winning team before I place faith in them again. Good logic. That turned out to be a tie, so he still got 3 losses thus far. Let's see. Ravens over Jets. The Jets don't even know who to start at quarterback this week. No way in hell they win this week. Wrong. That's your 4th loss. Bills over Dolphins for 5th loss. Miami hasn't looked good this season, and the Bills have owned the Dolphins in recent memory, so I expect that trend to continue. Chiefs over Saints. Saints don't play defense, and the Chiefs play really good defense. They won't be able to score points in bunches thanks to that defense. That's my logic, and he got that one right. Vikings over Eagles. Until they lose, I'm going with them. And the bye week, they had 2 weeks to prepare for Philly. Yeah, the Eagles aren't winning this game unless they're on their A game, and that, I don't know if it's their A game, but it was a good enough game to get the win. That's his 5th loss. Broncos over Texas. Broncos defense greater than Texans offense. Niners over Bucks. The Bucks aren't healthy even off a bye week. They are missing too much on offense to pick the road team in this one. He was wrong. That's his 6th loss. And Rams over Giants. Rams pass rush will be too much for the G-men. Mediocre offensive line. And Case Keenum will also just do enough to win the game. Wrong again. That's 7 and 7 for Protect 428. Archangel says, okay, let's see where we at this week. GB. So he had Green Bay, Rams 1, Eagles, Chiefs, Colts, Bills 2, Lions, Bengals, Raiders, Jets, Falcons 3, 49ers 4, Pats, Hawks, Broncos. So it looks like he's missing some games here though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, he is not. So I think he's got 10 and 4. Let's check again. Green Bay, Rams 1, Eagles, KC, Colts, Bills 2, Lions, Bengals, Raiders, Jets, Falcons 3, 49. Yep, 10 and 4. Archangel, go ahead on up to the upper room. Go ahead, grab you a bottle, man. Do it up, man. Have some fun. Hopefully, you got company coming. We'll see. RWF 1984. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins 1, Raiders, Saints 2, Bills 3, Ravens 4, Vikings 5, Titans 6, Falcons 7, Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos. Damn, I thought I was about to get some more company. 7 and 7 for RWF 1984. Sin Day Co. Packers, Giants, Colts, Bills 1, Jets. I was about to say 2. Chiefs, Bengals, Raiders, Falcons 2, Patriots, Cardinals, Niners 3, Redskins 4, Broncos 5, Vikings 5, Broncos. So 5, 9 and 5 for Sin Day Co. Ray Fitty. Week 7 picks. Bet I get double digits, he says. All right, let's find out. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Redskins 1, Raiders, Chiefs, Bills 2, Ravens 3, Eagles, Titans 4, Falcons 5. No, you didn't. Niners 6, Patriots, Cardinals, Broncos. Go Falcons, rise up. Yeah, sorry, Ray Fitty. 8 and 6 for Ray Fitty. Q-Bone football. See what Q-Bone does. Green Bay Giants, Cleveland 1, Detroit, Jacksonville 2, Kansas City, Buffalo 3, Baltimore 4, Minnesota 5, Indy, Atlanta 6, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh 7, Seattle, Denver. So 7-7 for Cubone football. All right, already read Anal Probe. Carmen Rana. See if there are any differences between the two picks you sent me. No. So I'll just read one of them. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Lions, Jags 1, Chiefs, Dolphins, Jets, Vikings 2, Colts, Falcons 3, Niners 4. Wow, Carmen Rana continuing to be good, man. I think Carmen got in the upper room last week. He's up there again, man. Go ahead up there again, man. Let's see. Let me go over it one more time. Packers, Giants, Bengals, Lions, Jags 1, Chiefs, Dolphins, Jets. That's impressive right there. That's an impressive stretch. Vikings 2, Colts, Falcons, and Niners. Those are 3 and 4. So yeah, let's make sure you picked all the games. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep, 14, 15. Go ahead upstairs, man. You know the drill. That's your second week in a row, and I think you've been up there a couple other times too, man. Go ahead up there. Get yourself a beverage and get comfortable, man. Robert Miller. Packers, Rams 1, Chiefs, Colts, Vikings 2, Browns. He put upset. No, 3. Lions, Raiders, Bills 4, Ravens 5, Bucks, Falcons 6, Pats, Seahawks, and Broncos for 8 and 6 for Robert Miller. If I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 8 and 6. DB88243 says, back again. So he was absent last week. He's back. Let's see what he does. Packers, Rams 1, Chiefs, Vikings 2, Titans, Bills 3 and 4, Redskins 5, Bengals, Raiders, Jets, Falcons 6, Bucks, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos 8 and 6 for DB88243. DG Productions. All right. Packers, Rams 1, Saints 2, Titans 3, Vikings 4, Bengals, Redskins 5, Raiders, Bills 6, Ravens 7, Tampa, Falcons 8, Pats, Seahawks, Broncos. I have some more company. Come on, man. DG Productions. Let's go. You with me, man. 8, 6, and 8. For DG Productions, man. Join me and Sean Hawk down here. We over here telling horror stories about the picks we made this week. So you can jump right in the conversation and make us feel better about ourselves. Frank Kaminsky, he says, week 7 picks. I'm about to go in just like I'm in preseason. All right. These look like some preseason picks just at first glance. Bears, 1. Rams, 2. Chiefs, Vikings, 3. Titans 4, Bills 5, Redskins 6, Browns 7, Raiders, Jets, Falcons 8, Bucks, I just thought he was going to take the dunce cap out of my damn hand. I just needed one more. Why you ain't pick the Ravens? Damn it, man. Bears, let me count these again. Damn. Bears, Rams, that's 2. Chiefs, Vikings 3, Titans 4, Bills 5, Redskins 6, Browns 7, Raiders, Jets, Falcons 8, Bucks, Pats. God damn. 6, 8, and 1. 6 and 8. Sheesh. Did he pick all the games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm over here begging, man. God. He was my last hope. Ain't nobody else gonna be that bad, man. Matter of fact, he was the last damn week 7 pick. I'm going to go ahead and strap up, man. Damn it, man. Gotta be kidding me, man. I was supposed to be done with this crap, man. Straight up. Straight up, man. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable. So those are the picks. God damn it. Let's go to the winner's circle. And who are our winner's circles today? Everybody that made it into the upper room this week. The following are let's see. Vlasic is in the upper room along with let's see. Vlasic is up there. Carmen Rana is up there. And it's like 4 of y'all up there. I'm missing some folks. Let's go back and run through these real quick. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Not Andrew. Let's see if Robbie did it. 1, 2. 1, 2. I need to start writing these down when it's all these people tied. 3, 4, 5. So it wasn't Robbie. Ryan Smith threw his hat in there, but I think he came up 1 short. I think he went 9 and 5 his first go round. Yeah, he went 9 and 5. I know Brown Shoe was 8 and 6. What is it, Tristan Brown? Let's see. Giants, Chiefs, Titans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Big Blue View. Was it you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. No, I know it's not Sean Mack. I know it's not B.E. Teddy Roachless. Let's see what he did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Zach, Zebo, what'd you do? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Pablo P.D. He said he was going to finesse us. Did he finesse us? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he didn't finesse us. Anal probe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, he didn't do it. Sean Hart didn't do it. Money Miz. Let's see. Oh, I know. Okay, Archangel was 1 too. Yeah, because I thought he didn't have enough picks, but he had them all. So that's 3. Carmen Rana, Archangel, and Vlasic. Those are 3, and it's 1 more. I wonder if this last one is Money Miz. Packers, Giants, Chiefs, Vikings, 1. Bills, 2. Browns, 3. Ravens. Nope, it's not him. It's not Protec. Archangel is in. RWF 1984. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Sindeko. No. Ray Fitty. Said he bet he got double digits. I don't think he did. Let's see though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah. Not, it wasn't Cubone this week. Carmen Rana, I already said him. Robert Miller. Was it just 3 of y'all? Up in the upper room? I thought it was 4. Let me go to the discussion. Maybe y'all can help me out. No, I don't want to skip over no comments because I don't feel like trying to find my place again. I think it was just 3 of them then. 3 of them in the upper room, in the winner's circle. Archangel, Carmen Rana, and Vlasic. So your names will go into the Louie Tee Wall of Fame. So I will put your names up there. Tell you what though, we don't get to escape. You don't get to escape. So, joining me with the dunce cap on, sitting in the reflection chair in the corner looking like some dumbasses, will be Frank Kaminsky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. DG Productions and myself. That's a small chair, man, and ain't nobody sitting on my lap. So maybe I'll just stand up. You guys can sit. One of y'all can sit down, and the other two of us will just face the corner. I don't need to reflect on my picks. I already know they were shitty, okay? I don't need you guys to remind me that I need to reflect. I'll stand. Thank you very much. And think about what I did. Wow, what a bad week. Congratulations to all that went to the upper room. 3 of you guys, and I hope I didn't leave anybody out. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I thought it was 4 of you, but maybe it was only 3. But in any event, it's the annual adding of the names to the prestigious Louie Tee Network, or Louie Tee versus the World Wall of Fame. So let's get back to these winners. In week number 7, we had Vlasic. What are you doing? Vlasic. We have Archangel. And we have one more. Let's see. I'm forgetting one. Boy, my memory is bad today. Let me go find them. And we have Carmen Rana. So let's get these guys. And y'all go ahead and give it up for them. On a successful. They party ain't popping like it was popping last week, but hey, look, man, I would kill to be in a party right now. Kill to be in there. And unfortunately, I'm not. So y'all boys pop a bottle for me in memory of Louie Tee in week 7. It was that bad. Let's see what it looks like on the screen. Let's scoot that over a little bit. Scoot that over a little bit. Scoot that over a little bit. Let's give you a little space in here. And we're going to see what it looks like one more time so you guys can bless this wall and do it in style. And then we'll get to some of your comments. All right. At least I'm wearing my dunce cap like a G. God, I hate wearing this thing. I'm not wearing it again. I tell you, I swear to y'all, this is my last time. Not putting this back on my head again. I never thought I would wear it again. I swear to you. I was ready to throw it in the garbage because I thought I was done with it. Unbelievable. All right. That looks good right there. All right, guys, congratulations. You are now members of the Louie Tee Live Wall of Fame. And Cubone football for another week is still the king of the throne. My goal is to get that by the end of this season. And so let's get to your comments. All right. Tristan Brown says, let me see, make sure. Did I leave off here? Yeah, I left off here. Hey guys, am I the only one who thinks Louie is stalling because he doesn't want to say how bad his picks were? Joking, bro. You know it's all love. Oh, God. I've been dreading this all day. Craig Smith says, what the hell is the deal with my Miami Hurricanes? I'm not sold on Brad Kaya hype. Felicia from Friday's Sun is just mad at me. Look, I've been saying that I'm not high on Brad Kaya. The hype is exactly that, hype. Brad Kaya looks like any other Joe Schmo playing the quarterback position in college football. He has all the measurables you could ask for, but he just doesn't wow me. Nothing about him says elite quarterback prospect. He just looks like a guy. A dime a dozen guy you can get in the league. I'm not impressed. Cubone Football says, my thoughts exactly. Wait till golf is ready. Yeah, and that's the way it should be. All right. Black Al Bundy says, wait, did I skip a bunch of comments? Because I'm good for that, you know. Skipping a ton of comments. Yep, I did it again. God damn it. Now I got to find my place. All right. Let's see where I was. Okay, here I am. Black Al Bundy says, the injury reaper claimed Geno. His career is over, or will he get another shot in the league? Man, that's the worst injury he could have sustained because it's a contract year. He needed to show well just to get another shot. It wouldn't shock me if Geno was on the streets next year this time. Now, he may get a call from somebody. Like if the Browns go through this whole epidemic again, he's going to get a call. He's going to get work. I think he's going to end up being in somebody's camp when he's healthy. But he's not going to be on a starting NFL roster week 1 next year. He'll have to wait for a phone call, and he just needs to stay ready and be in shape. But this could be it for him. You know, this is the most ill-timed injury possible because he's not going to be ready for the start of next season because of how far into the season we are. He could be. Joe Flacco came back and was ready for week 1, and he tore his ACL later in the season than this. So it's possible. We'll see. Being that he's a quarterback and he doesn't have to run and all of that stuff, he may be able to come back. Black Al Bundy says, school these folks about Jodeci, my dude. LOL. They don't know nothing about Jodeci, man. I'm trying to teach them, man. One song at a time. You know? You know what? You know how we do it here, man. Gotta school these young fellas. Brian Ma says, I'm supposed to be doing my accounting homework right now, but I can't stop watching this show. I appreciate it. Look, I don't want you to not turn your homework in now, man. I'm not signing up for that. I don't want to be the cause of you getting a 0 or a 50 on something that you could have got 100 on if you would have just focused. So I don't promote that. All right. While I am excited and happy that you're watching, do your homework, man. Do your homework. AK says, yeah, my Ravens have been real dicks in terms of picking or not picking them. Really inconsistent. Can't sustain offense because they always lead but give up points. They're killing me right now. They are absolutely killing me. I just knew they were going to win last week. Captain Spartan 04 says, Louie Tee is soft. Well, here we go again with the soft comments. Why you got to do me like that, man? Now, why you got to go and do that? Come on, man. I ain't even sipping my wine tonight and you got name calling going on, man. Why? The Black Al Bundy says, I don't think I've seen a funnier end to the game than Seattle, Arizona. Ish should be Mad TV skit. Man, that was hilarious. And both teams thought they had won the game. That was the bad part about that, man. That was the horrible part about that. Was both teams thought they had won. You saw both sidelines ready to... Hell, Bruce Arians had his hand in the air. Thought he had won. Thought he had won the damn game. Black Al Bundy says the Vikes-Eagles game was the Ish Bowl. Seriously, neither offense looked like they wanted to win the game in the first half. With the O-line, the Vikes didn't deserve to win, shaking my head. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in my life. 5 turnovers to start the game on the first 5 possessions. It was crazy. I was mortified with what I had seen to start that game. Sean Mack says, Ma, doing your best Tony Montana voice there, LOL. All right, DG Productions says, last week you closed the door in my face. Now we are down here together and it's so dark I can't even see your dunce cap, LOL. Let's start a fire, man. Let's start a fire so we can see each other, man. It's not cool. I can't see your face either. You probably right here. Yeah, it's cold down here, man. I'm freezing. And I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm scared. Sean Mack says, being down there below the surface is cold, ain't it, bro? LOL. It's all good, though. Nothing but love. Enjoy the cold darkness, bro. I can't enjoy this, man. It's cold, man. I'm shivering over here. Somebody help me. Help me. And I got this damn dunce cap on my head, man. Oh, man. Let's see. Captain Spartan 04, that's what you get for showboating last week, Lou, saying you know who's real and who's not. I deserve it. Look, I deserve all of this flack that I'm getting right now because I poured it on thick last week, boy. I poured the sauce on thick. I mean, I took the bottle and I turned it upside down and I was getting every last drop out of that 11-4 last week. So I deserve that, man. Oh, man. Those boys look like they having fun up there, too, man. I can hear the music all the way down here. I can't see nothing. It's dark, but I can hear the music. Sounds like a good time. What I wouldn't give to be up there. Black Al Bundy says, I'm going to stop being a half-ass subscriber and make some picks for week 8. That's what I like to hear. That's the spirit, man. Get involved, man. Get involved. Sean Mack says, put the hat on, bro. It's on, man. It's on. Damn it, it's on. Okay? Sean Mack says, you and Sean Hawk need to wear the hat for next week. Picks. Nah, man. See, me and Hawk normally be holding it down. So, I'm not gonna do this again. I'm not wearing a hat again. I promise you. This is the last time your man Louie Tee is donning his dunce cap. I'm gonna make that my mission. All right? I'm telling you right now. I'm not going out like a sucker next week, or the week after that, or the rest of the season for that matter. Sean Mack says, all 3 of y'all need to have those hats. Oh, my gosh. My son's pet gerbil got out of his cage and he is running around the house unattended to. He just scared the hell out of me. What in the hell is going on? Who in the hell left the gate open? I'm going to have to get him after this is over with. He's just running around chilling. Having fun, running around the house. What is this world coming to? See, that's what happens when you got to wear the dunce cap and you get below the Mendoza line. Animals start getting out of their cage and running amok. See, this is what happens when you don't keep order in your house. When you get 6, 8, and 1, your animals get out the cage and start running amok. It's ridiculous. I can't even keep control of my own house. Sickening. Damn it, man. This is ridiculous. Sean Mack. Looking for Sheezy with that hat, bro. Yeah, right. Lionfire says, you still have that yo tag on that hat? Yeah, I do. Unfortunately. I wasn't supposed to be wearing this again. Sean Mack says, hell no, bro. Sit your ass down. Well, I can't stand up, man. I got to sit out in a reflection chair. See, that's the sound of a man that has had a seat in that reflection chair. He wants me to sit down, too. You know what? I'll sit down. I'll sit down. But I bet you next week I'll be standing up again. Don't worry about it. Adrian Hernandez says, sorry, I missed. It's all good, man. You can watch the playback. It's all good. Let's see. The Black Al Bundy says, congrats to the guys in the upper room. Lou got holding the umbrella out in the rain, man. I told myself, don't get caught in the rain, man. Better have an umbrella. Don't want to catch a brick. You don't want to get rained on. I got rained on, man. Damn it. DG Production says, dang, man, you were so high on the wall, and I had close with 9 wins last week, and you closed the curtain in my face. Now we down here fighting off the rats. And I literally had a gerbil at my feet, man. It's cold, it's dark, and we got animals running around, man. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Sean Mack says, yeah, you did. All up in my grill for being in a reflection chair and wearing that hat. I knew you was going to give it to me. I deserve it. I cannot tell a lie. Andrew Kim, let's see, says, all right, let's get this. He says, what's the best record percentage-wise you have ever gotten for the week, including the years before this? The best I've ever done was 15-1 was the best I've ever done. With the picks that I've given everybody, The best I've ever done was 14-2, but I've actually won a football pool at 15-1. I've never had a perfect sheet before. The Black Al Bundy says, ROTFL at the gerbil, man. That's when you know it's bad, man. That's when you know it's bad. They're running them up, man. And it starts with me. I can't get my house in order. If I don't set the table for the rest of the family, how am I supposed to expect everybody, including the animals in the house, to fall in line? You got to keep your house in order, and 6-8-1 isn't doing that. Andrew Kim says, the gerbil probably over the Mendoza line. Yeah, he is, man. He was 7-7, man. He was at the Mendoza line. It's bad over here, man. It's all bad over here. Sean Mack says, even the gerbil running away from your stinky ass picks, bro. Yeah, man. It's that kind of night, man. I told you I had this coming. I'm going to suck it up, man. Gosh. It's bad. The Black Al Bundy says, there's a vermin beyond the Mendoza line. My week 8 picks better be on point. CTF. It's rodents down there, man. It's cold, it's dark, and it's a lot of creatures that you're not expecting to meet. So be careful. These picks can put you in a really tough, precarious spot, man. Don't be like me. Make good picks. Choose wisely. Vlasic says, remember my name, you will see me again. This man got burgers. He's got pizza. This man got chips and dip. He's got wine and beer. This man is having a ball. I told you. I can hear the music. I can't see much, but I can hear the music. They are having a blast up there. If you don't mind, could you throw me down a slice of pizza, man? You know what? Don't worry about it, because I wouldn't throw it to you if you were down there. Sorry. Never mind. Congratulations again, Vlasic. DG Production says, hey, I found a rope. Let's climb out of here. It might take a few days. I'm right behind you, man. Go ahead and start climbing. Sean Mack says, nothing but love, bro. LOL, man. This is beyond me, man. Damn it. And with that being said, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. Call it a night. You guys are ridiculous. I tell you, man. I can't have this happening again. This is gerbil running around. We down here cold. I'm shivering. DG Productions, Sean Hawk, we cold. We hurting over here, man. So, with that being said, here are my 8-week picks. Hopefully, they're much better than week 7. They can't be any worse. You guys are hilarious. It was fun. Glad you guys were able to join me tonight. You guys make Wednesday nights so much fun. I really enjoy your company. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your night. And remember, if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on Louie Tee Live. I'm over here trying to stunt with a damn dunce cap on and gerbils running around. It can only happen and go down like this on Louie Tee Live, man. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time. Here are my week 8 picks. Y'all enjoy your night. Good night, everybody. God bless and good night. Who else could it be? Me, your man, Louie Tee. Welcome to Louie Tee verse the World. Week 8 edition. Boy, oh boy, your man Louie Tee took one on the chin. I'm talking about a Mike Tyson uppercut from hell last week. And it's all good, man. The NFL has a very funny way, and I was not laughing, okay? This was no laughing matter, but the NFL's got a funny way of humbling us all. And last week, it was my turn, man. And my famous saying is, you don't learn until it's your turn. Well, I had to learn last week. And so, it was my turn. So, I take that. I bite that bullet. 6-8-1. Ouch. I don't recall being that bad in the past, but I'm pretty sure if I went back in the archives, there was a stinker like that somewhere back in the day. But of recent memory, I can't recall being that bad. And I told you last week that I thought last week was a bad week. I told you that in a passive-aggressive approach I was so hot and my ego was so big, my head had swelled to epic proportions. So even though I was trying to tell you that it was a tough week and maybe I won't do so well, my ego, because I was hot at the time, wouldn't allow me to actually come out and say, hey man, I don't know about this week. But I think I said something along those lines last week and it proved to be true. And there was a bad omen, and I think I mentioned this on the video last week. I don't like picking more than 4 roadies in 1 week because it's so tough to win in the National Football League on the road. Anytime you go over 4 road teams, you're asking for trouble. I picked 6 last week. I told you I didn't like that. It came back to haunt me, and I knew better than that, but that's who I thought was gonna win the game. What do you want me to do? But I like it when it's set up where I can pick 4. There should never be more than 4 road winners on my sheet, or else I'm asking, I'm begging, I'm pleading for trouble, and I got myself into trouble last week. I mean, put it this way, the Jets went on the road and lost, or excuse me, the Ravens went on the road and lost to the Jets last week. The Redskins went on the road and lost to the Detroit Lions. The Vikings went on the road and lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. Those were just some of the teams that I thought could win on the road, and they didn't. It's tough to win in this league on the road. So Buffalo Bills, throw them in the mix as well. That's 4 losses right there, folks, okay? It's tough to win on the road. And I thought a lot of teams could go in there, and there was too many roadies. I knew it. I had to pay the price. So with that being said, I got 5 road winners this week, but I'm comfortable with my 5 because one of those road winners isn't actually on the road. It's a neutral game site. So really, I only have 4, which is my comfort number, which makes me feel a lot better. I'm gonna tell you this week, doesn't make me feel any better than last week's. Looking at these picks, I was actually gonna show up in all white. I was gonna be dressed in an all white getup, and I was gonna say, hey, this all white symbolizes purity. It symbolizes a fresh slate after the nonsense and the garbage I put forth last week. I'm starting new. Blank slate, clean canvas. That's why the white shirt is on. And then I looked at the sheet and I looked at the picks and I said, this is not the week to start talking about fresh starts. You will be funky next week again if you're not careful. I have 0 expectations looking at these picks. This is a scary week. If you're able to get double digits this week, I'm telling you right now, we might have to throw a party for you next week. This is a tough week worth of picks. Let's jump into them though. Jacksonville at Tennessee. I'm going with the home team here. Nothing more, nothing less. AFC South family business. These 2 teams scare the hell out of me. I'm taking Tennessee there at home. Let's move on to the next game. Washington at Cincinnati. My boys let me down last week. This is a big one going into the bye week. We have to get this one. Cincinnati saying the same exact thing. They're trying to get back to 500. I need my boys to come up big for me here. Taking the Redskins on the road in London. On the road in London to get that one. Green Bay at Atlanta. Atlanta let me down last week. They're the reason I fell below the Mendoza line. If not for that loss, I think I get above the Mendoza line. I truly do. But they were able to get it done after having a 17-point lead. The Packers are struggling offensively. But if the Falcons don't show up and play for 4 complete quarters, they will lose that game, but I'm taking the Falcons at home over the Green Bay Packers. New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills. I sat and contemplated this game for way too long, and then I woke up and I said, what the hell is wrong with you? It's the B&B winning factory, man. Are you crazy? Take the Patriots on the road and keep it moving, and that's what I did. Jets at the Cleveland Browns. Look, the Browns aren't going 0-16. I keep saying this. You keep hearing me say this, right? They're gonna beat somebody. Why not this week? Give me the Browns to beat the damn Jets, man. They gotta beat somebody. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the perfect candidate to come into Cleveland, throw 3 interceptions, and help the Browns get a win. Give me the Browns. Kansas City Chiefs at the Indianapolis Colts. Something tells me the Chiefs are gonna win this game, but revisionist history says that the Colts, who beat these same Chiefs a couple years back in the playoffs, who went to Kansas City and stomped the mud hole in them a couple years back, tells me that they own Kansas City. For some reason, Andrew Luck plays well against this Chiefs football team. Give me the Colts to win that football game. Seattle Seahawks at the New Orleans Saints. Look, Seattle Seahawks don't score a bunch of points, haven't at least the last couple of weeks, but they don't give up a ton. The Saints play much better at home than they do on the road, but it doesn't matter. Home, away, they give up points. I'm going to take the defense on this one. Give me the Seattle Seahawks. Would not shock me if the Saints jumped up and bit those boys. They don't look good. They don't look well on offense right now. But a bad defense will make a porous offense look good, more so than a bad defense will make a good offense look good. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what the hell I just said. Just know I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks. Oakland Raiders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Raiders played well last week. They also played against the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that will turn it over and give them opportunities to look good. Well, this Buccaneers team will turn it over and give them an opportunity to look good, but they also score points, something that the Jags don't do, and they also run the football, something that the Jags refuse to do. Raiders don't stop it well on the ground. Buccaneers run it well on the ground, taking the Bucs in that game to get their first home win of the season. Detroit Lions at the Houston Texans. Lions playing outstanding football, winners of 3 straight, but I got an eerie feeling they go on the road and fall into a trap there against the Texans. Texans play really well at home and they suck on the road. Well, they're at home in this game, and that defense in Houston, not half bad. I think they're going to be good enough to stop Matthew Stafford and that Lions passing attack and win that football game. San Diego Chargers at the Denver Broncos. Chargers have been playing some good football, man, and they're trying to get back into the AFC West race, and they can with one more win over the Broncos. Remember, they beat the Broncos 2 weeks ago. If they do it again, they'll not only get back in the middle of that race, they'll get back to 500, but they will have swept the Broncos this season. But that was coming off of Trevor Siemian. That was coming off of a short week and a banged up Broncos team. You're not getting all of those benefits. And oh, by the way, that game was in San Diego. This one's in Denver. Give me the Broncos to win this game. Arizona Cardinals at the Carolina Panthers. If the Panthers want any semblance of a season, they got to win this game, and they have to win it now. We'll see if they're able to get that done coming off of a bye week, but let this be known, let the record reflect that division is not, I repeat, not done yet. If the Falcons lose to the Green Bay Packers, they will be back at 500, and the Panthers, who seemingly are dead, would be right back into the thick of things with the win over that. I said all of that to say this, taking the Arizona Cardinals. That defense showed me something that I did not know they possessed. That Carolina Panthers defense is horrible. That Arizona Cardinals offense, not that scary, but they do have one of the best running backs in the league. And that Panthers defense doesn't look like they can stop the run very well. Give me the Arizona Cardinals on the road to avenge last year's ass whooping in the NFC Championship game. Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Look, I think the Eagles have a legit shot of winning this game, but the Eagles haven't been the same team that we've seen at home on the road. Cowboys coming off a bye. The bye week can really do one of two things. Either you go into the bye week, fix some things, come out and play excellent football like the Chiefs have done, or you go into the bye week playing great football and come out not the same team like the Eagles did and like the Minnesota Vikings did just last week. I don't know which one's going to happen. I'm putting my money on the Cowboys finding a way to beat this Eagles team. Give me the Cowboys to keep the hot streak going. Go to 6-1 with the win. And the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football. Do you even have to ask? Seriously, are we doing this? All right, they're pissed off. Their head coach just called them soft. You think the Minnesota Vikings are going to go to Chicago and lay an egg? You know who I'm picking. I don't even have to say it. Look, these picks can't be as bad as last week, or can they? We'll find out together. I don't have much confidence in my picks this week. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll see what happens, but those are my picks. What are yours? Looking forward to seeing what you got to say, and hopefully I do much better than I did last week. I'll see you next week.
Broncos won the Super Bowl when Peyton Manning retired. 49ers won 5 games and Tom Sula got fired. RG's in Cleveland and my Rams hit the West Coast. Be sleepless in Seattle cause that 12-man ain't beast mode. Oh yeah, I knew it was something I forgot to mention. Yeah, old Tom Brady about to get that suspension. Yeah, I know the Pats fans probably think that's whack. Yeah, but at the end of the day, your balls was flat. It's that time again. It's that time again to go hard in the offseason, cause we trying to win. We gon' go so hard, we don't take no days off. Hopefully one day it's all gonna pay off. Shout out your defense, they tissue, cause they soft. Catch them while they sleeping, we gon' sneak in the playoffs. I'm ready for some football, I don't know about you. Who else could it be but your man Louie? Yeah.